Welcome to the open book, where every voice matters. Every story got layers, and every conversation opens something new. Turn the page, turn the page, turn the page. Turn the page. Turn the page. Turn the page. Welcome to the open book, where the real conversations flow. Turn the page. Turn the page. Turn the page. Every story got meaning. Every perspective show. Turn the page. Turn the page. Turn the page. Turn the page. Late night talks with the smooth bass knocking. Whole room tuned when the topics dropping. Authors, culture, real life views. Open book vibes bring a whole new groove. No fake energy when the dialogue starts. Different perspectives play a major part. From page to podcast, the vibes stay deep. Real conversations every single week. Welcome to the open book, where the real conversations flow. Turn the page. Turn the page. Turn the page. Turn the page. Every story got meaning. Every perspective show. Turn the page. Turn the page. Turn the page. Every chapter different. Every voice got purpose. Every voice got purpose. Turn the page.
Good evening, good evening, good evening. Welcome to the open book. This is your host, Lakeisha. I hope everyone had a wonderful Thursday on today. Can't believe it's almost Friday. This week has been going by quickly, but nonetheless, welcome. Make sure y'all tap that like button. It is for free. Let everyone know that we are live. We're not going to be live that long. We always say that, but hey, okay, we got one task on this particular live. Okay, so detectives, go ahead and grab your hats, your notepads, and pen, because child, we have to clock some stuff on this live. Oh my gosh. Now, remember, we've been hearing bits and pieces of the dispatch call for help when they were saying that they were sinking and sounded like they were playing and all of that. Child, we're going to hear the entire dispatch call. And it is going to blow your mind, because some of the stuff that I'm hearing in this call, y'all, we have not heard before. Like, it kind of matches some of the things that Warren came out recently and stated during that interview about the boats. Okay, so we're going to actually connect some dots there. And then we're going to also see the piece where they said they didn't need help after all. Okay, who actually said that? Now, another thing at the end that we're going to see on this video is some of the reports, like the police reports from the Marine Services people, right? Well, there's a portion on this report when they had the missing person part out on Nolan. Why is it that they had already, it's like they were setting the stage and they put alcohol level heavy. Now, how do you have an alcohol level heavy when we didn't even know if Nolan was even dead at that time and prior to any toxicology reports? Okay, peep the play. What were they really going to say happened to Nolan Wells? All right, let's get into it. This live is for educational and entertainment purposes only and is covered under the Fair Use Act. Information shared is alleged in our opinions as we react to various topics and people. Let's see who we have here so far. Hey, Buttercup, welcome. Thank you for joining and thank you for being first in the building. The Queen's Den is in the place. Make sure you check out the Queen's Den, y'all. She's been doing some great videos. Okay, I was like, look, sis, I didn't even know she had a channel till she told me. Okay, but check out the Queen's Den. Hi, Latte. Welcome again, sis. Thank you for being here. And y'all make sure y'all check out my sis Latte as well. Hey, Monica, welcome. Eden is in the building. Thank you for joining. Hey, Delta Roots, good evening. My girl, Miss Dee Dee. Hey, sis. I hope all is well. Queen Shailene is in the building. Ray from PA. Welcome. Hey, Angel. Look, Angel, I said, let me come in and let you know We going live because you always missing the notifications. Okay. Hey, Shamika, welcome. Let's see. Open book. Do you think charges will be filed? Arrest made, foul play by police finally admitted. They admitted some foul play? Really? When? Because if they did, look, we're going in the right direction. Okay. She said, I ran over here to make me mad. Yes. Hey, Erica, welcome. Hey, HGY. You're welcome, sis. Hey, Sonia. I didn't even know about that part. I hope they do make some arrests because y'all, that video this morning that I played, that may be allegedly real. Okay. Now, oh, you were asking a question. Yeah. See, I don't know, but I will say this. Hey, Hanada, welcome. You didn't get the notification. See, that's what I'm saying. YouTube, they clowning us sometimes. Okay. Shout out to Erica for the floating heart. Thank you so much. And thank you for being a sponsor for today's live. Now, that video. Okay, let me go back to Delta Root's question. I feel that now that we're starting to see some potential or alleged real evidence where people can be identified. Now, y'all, I posted a photo on my community wall. Someone did a still shot. Hey, T Lady Boogie. Someone did a still shot from that video and I shared it on my community wall because I know that sometimes y'all may catch something that I don't. And I was like, well, have y'all seen these boys? Because I know this morning when when we were going through the video, something that stood out was one of those boys had this necklace on. Then you could see his hair that looks a certain type of way. And so we were like, well, have y'all seen those boys in any of the other pictures, right? So I shared the video earlier, but then I shared the still shot. Hold on, let me tell my family I'm on live. Okay, my bad. Hey, Bert. Eden said, where the video at open book? Well, I shared it on my live. I haven't shared it as a short. I saw it on Facebook. There's a channel called the Mike Magazine that has it, but you have to watch the short because she puts that video in the middle of her short. That's where I saw it first. Then I saw it on IG. I'm trying to think of the name of that channel, but I was showing that this morning from that channel, that video. And so they on Facebook, someone shared a still shot. Now there's a name at the bottom of that still shot. I went over to that person's channel to see if they still have like a video up or whatever, but the video is not there. So I was like, man, did they take the video down? You know, the originator of whoever posted that. So when I saw the still shot, I came over here and then I said, okay, let me see if anyone knows. So then there was a lady up under my post. Let me go over here. Her name is Shirley Sapp. Okay, so one comment that she made, she said, yes, that's the boys beating Nolan Wells. Nolan is on the ground screaming, mama, mama. Now, the thing of it is, remember when we were listening to the video this morning, it had been slowed down. We could not hear the audio. Okay, we could only like hear the, we couldn't hear what that was saying, sound. But she's saying that. And then she said the boys were, and I'm going to say all of this is alleged, the boys were kicking Nolan in his head. And some overheard this one young man with blonde hair screaming and saying, and this is the one on my community wall. Okay, she's talking about that one with the blonde hair. He's saying, so you think you're better than us, huh? You think you're better than us, Nolan? I'm like, what? So then she made another comment. She said, oh, I forgot, allegedly. Then she said, the nice young lady, she said, white, daughter of my friend in Ocean Springs, said a white male friend of hers who was on Horn Island with Nolan Wells on July 4th actually sent her the whole video. This photo is actually taken from a video where you can see this young man's knee with khaki colored shorts raising up to kick or stomp Nolan. Then they paused the video and sent that picture. I was like, what? Shout out to the Queen Stand. Thank you so much, sis. And thank you for being a sponsor for today's live. The interview the boy did with the Officer Tatum gave me chills. Okay. She said Officer Tatum is wet. Hey, J Rose, welcome. Delta, well, I don't know if it'll let you. I know the mods can. Was it on a channel or something? Oh, yeah, that traffic is no joke. Okay, the lights on and the roaches and rats are everywhere. Come on in, clock it. Shout out to the Queen's Den again. Come on now, sis. I appreciate the support. She said, thank you for staying on top of all these cases. Okay, y'all, it's a lot. I'm seeing so many different updates from all over. Okay, different cases that we got to do updates. In Tyrone Davis case, y'all, we're about to start back our updates. Okay, we got new footage. Okay, so y'all know we didn't forget. We didn't forget. We're gonna bring it on back. Okay, so we're gonna be handling multiple things. Lord have mercy, multiple things at one time. Yes, my God, pure jealousy. They were jealous. Y'all, I'm telling you, they did not want, I cannot shake that. They did not want Nolan to make it to Monday. They knew that he had the opportunity coming up. If y'all don't believe me, she put it underneath that picture on my community wall, those two comments. Okay. They have agreed to let the police search the boats finally. Oh, is it because stuff being released? Is that what it is? Because see, we're going to see some stuff on this video. Shout out to Plunder True Crime. Okay, y'all, she is doing her big one. She is submitting FOIA requests and all of that. And they are sending her things, y'all. And these are things we can hear with our own ears and see with our own eyes. Hey, KK, or Kiki, I'm talking about KK. Kiki, welcome. Thank you for joining. All right, so we're going to get right into it, okay? Oh, but they thought, Eden, the thing of it is, they think right now everything is probably cleaned up and stuff. So it just looks like, oh, we're going to let them. But what did y'all have that night that y'all didn't want them to come? Oh, they can't do it with the dogs, then I don't want to do it. Okay. What am I doing for? Y'all gonna really use the tools to look for blood and stuff like that? Like, I don't need to come if you can't let my dogs come. They searched the boat on the A, plenty of time to clean and move stuff. Right. They had plenty of time. Hey, Candy Girl Pink. It's too late now to search boats. I think because they probably researched how to clean blood. Come on now. My mind is catching up to understand what you just shared. Okay, so let me back up because some people were not here this morning. I was reading Bert's comment. They were not here this morning. So let me catch y'all up. Okay, there was a video put out. Let me see if I can find it again because it was traumatizing. So I got to prepare y'all that have not seen it yet. Okay, trigger warning. I showed it to my husband when I came home because he hadn't seen it either. Okay, and I was like, it's trigger warning. It can be upsetting. But allegedly, this was a video that someone was taking on the island. Okay. And it looks to be at night, and we're saying allegedly. Okay, so for all those people that we want to say, y'all content creators just be trying to put stuff out. Look, it's out already, so I'm just showing y'all what's out there, and I ain't saying that it's real. Okay, it looks real to me, child, but hey, y'all are be your own judges. And there are boys, like it looks like they're taunting Nolan as he's face down in the sand, struggling. Okay. And it just really, really is so sad, to even see this. So if it's not Nolan, the question is, who is it? Okay. And did these people or this person need help? So regardless of if people want to argue, I don't think that's Nolan. It may be Nolan, it may not. Look, who are those boys? Can y'all identify who those boys are? Okay. That's why you have to keep standing on business and keep their feet to the fire. Exactly. Trying to look cooperative, all of a sudden they will put the luminol down and they will find any blood, even if it's clean with bleach. Oh, okay. Those forensics have stuff that can still see blood. And you know what? If I was Attorney Ben Crump and his team, I wouldn't just trust the police to start doing that. I would still have my own people do it because I don't trust those people. I don't trust them to go on there and look and really do it with integrity. I don't trust them whatsoever. All right, let me pull up the video. See, every time I say we ain't gonna be on here long, child, we get into 10, 15 things. Okay. I think the sound. Okay. They took oh, you know what? I think she took that song off because it was a song too. So all it was like you couldn't hear the words that they were saying. But allegedly, this is Nolan on the ground trying to struggle to get up, and then the boys are moving around him. They're recording, okay. And there's even, it looks as though a knife situation down at the bottom. I don't know if this was supposed to be like a Snapchat or something like that. But some people were like, is that really him? I don't know, but who is this? And where was this? We looked at the sand earlier, and the sand looks similar. Like he looked like he was struggling to try to get up. You could see he may have once been on his back because there was sand on his back. You look at his left leg, it's like he's moving it to try to, position himself. But I don't know if he's stuck there or what. He did look at the camera once, and then he turned his head to the other side. Now, what's interesting in this is Nancy Grace, when she had shared, because she received the picture, right? So when Nancy Grace was sharing the description of Nolan, because she said, I have a picture of Nolan Wells. When she was sharing that, she also stated that he was face down. She said that you could see his swimming trunks, because I know Royal D, shout out to her. She was playing that clip today. And I was working, but I was listening in the background. I said, wait, hold on. The way she is describing that is almost like he was on the sand on the shore by the water, right? I don't know if they wanted it to look like his body was pushed back up, because we all question, how is he found in the same spot? People had gone there looking and all of that. How would he have been found in the same spot? So I don't know if they thought, oh, well, we'll put it right here by the water, so maybe they'll say his body washed up on the shore. Or did they think, oh, if we leave him here, his body could just go out into the current and just leave, like he drowned and just left him there, so that's a possibility. So that was just something I was thinking about earlier. Let's see here. Yeah, it's going to be deep. You think it looks real, Hanada? Ray said the judge has people on her payroll. Oh, it would not surprise me. I wouldn't be surprised if she has a DNA analyst on her payroll too. The judge is dirty and don't think this is her first time. Clock it. Yeah, it's so sad and unfortunate, y'all. Looks like they're not going to make it to Monday either. Oops. Uh-oh. Okay. Hey, Chrissy. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness, y'all. It's so sad. Right. God doesn't sleep. This is how, some people don't fear God. You better say it. Okay. Right. It is what it is. Bart has entered the chat. He is about to become a major player in this game. Yes, Miss Didi, that's what they were saying earlier. Yeah, Bart, because we're about to hear some stuff. Yo, is it your grandparents? And then they pulling grandparents into this stuff and all of that. Y'all, it's some adults that are probably a part of this cover up and know about their kids doing these things. Okay. I believe it was some adults out here this particular night too. If that was that, if this is real and this was the night of. Oh, something else I thought about that I'm hoping, I know right now a lot is going on. I'm hoping that Nolan's father can, when his mind is clear. Remember when he was saying that when they went out there to look for Nolan, they had passed by a family, okay? And that family said that they had been out there overnight. Who was that? Because that may be a key as well. If something like this went on down there, y'all know somebody would have heard that on Horns Island and seen these boys doing that. So I just find it odd that there's a whole family out there and they just so happen saying they coming back. Nah, what y'all been doing out here? So I wish he can kind of picture who it was that day, because that part still stands out to me, that he said there was a family staying out there. Yes, Sugar Mama Man, welcome. You see, it's phones here. If this is a real video of something that was taking place out there, we already see their phones. These people know their kids. They know if this was their son out there in those khaki shorts. Okay, they know if that's the son's back of his head right there, the one with the phone that have the necklace on. Okay, so you cannot make me believe that they do not know that. Is that his brother in the video with him? It looks like the person sitting on the ground in that video. Who, him on the ground? No, Or are you asking, is that his brother on the one where they dancing? I don't know who that is, but on that still shot, y'all. Let me show y'all. Let me pull that one up. Because this was more of a clearer picture. Oh, you know what? I forgot I saved that on my phone. Okay. Let me go to my channel. Give me 1 second, because I'm going to pull up the one from the community wall with the still shot of two of the boys. Now, in one of these boys, y'all, you could really see the side of his face, but also one of the other boys has on a cap. He has on a cap and he has on a sweatshirt. Now, I'm wondering, will someone recognize this sweatshirt? Okay, so let me pull this up. And welcome everyone coming on in. Thank y'all so much for tapping in today. Make sure y'all tap that like button. It is for free. Okay, let's see. I forgot when I saved that earlier. Give me 1 second. Didn't I just save it? Oh. If you would like to support the channel, you're welcome to send a super sticker, super chat, Cash App, or buy a coffee. And those links are in the chat or the description field of this video. Okay. Okay, here it goes. All right, so let me move the comment. So notice one of the boys, you can really see the side of his face. And then the other boy standing in the background in this still shot, you can see he has on shorts and he also has on a sweatshirt and a baseball cap. Okay. And this is a whole picture. Now, I didn't show that part on the picture, but at the bottom, you can see the boy's leg up and you can see the back of Nolan's. I'm going to say alleged. I'm going to say alleged. I'm going to say alleged. Allegedly the back of Nolan's head. You can see his hair down on the ground in the sand as if he was kicking him. Okay. Which is why I'm wondering if it's real. But this is a clear, somebody knows if this is their child. Now, do you think somebody gonna turn their child in? Some of their friends know these people, if this is real. I still believe Nolan was murdered and placed in that water. Okay. Hey, Nicole. Hey, sis. Right. Exactly, Chrissy. I'm telling you. Okay. I'm telling you. And if there's a real video, like I told that, I just sent a message to his mother. Whose mother? Oh, Nolan's mother. Because girl, I thought you knew this guy. I was like, girl, who is that? I thought you would say you sent it to his mama. because I don't know who these people are. Okay, but hey, their faces all up on over on Facebook. Okay, so I don't know who they are, but I put under my video any videos and pictures y'all please send to the police there or Benjamin Crump's team. Please send it to them too. Okay, you got to double it because child, I don't just trust Mississippi. Okay, yeah, send it to them so they can't lie and say they ain't got nothing. So send it to them, but also send it to Benjamin Crump's team. Okay, because look, everything needs to be investigated at this point. Child, look, you get that 125,000. Don't forget the open book. Okay. Don't forget the open book. That boy is doing something nefarious. Exactly. And they probably was, like that pool picture person said, really, really high. Hey, Shelly. Hey, sis. Probably really, really high too. Okay. Turn yourselves in. Y'all are some witnesses. Y'all some witnesses. Hey, Detective Sheila. Turn yourselves in. Because what were y'all doing? Who is this? If it's not Nolan, who is it? Okay. Because whatever was happening, yeah, it was very disturbing. Child, like what in the world? Exactly. Very angry. And then y'all got others just taunting and doing this around Nolan. It is horrible. It's so horrible. Did you see the kid on IG? Yeah, I did see that. I don't know if that's, pertaining to Nolan situation or what, but oh, child. Okay. Now I don't think that's Warren. I don't think that was him. All right, so let's get into this dispatch call and this paperwork that these documents. Because child, look, I have questions. After this video, I have questions. And make sure y'all check out, and I'll share the video as well as Plunder True Crime. You can find this whole video in its entirety. Okay, let's go.
Hey, we're at the west tip of Horn, and our village pump stopped working. We're sinking. Can y'all please come? We have a membership.
All right, of course. How far is the water coming up, sir? Can you give me a description? Ankles?
What'd you
Hello?
say?
Welcome, everyone.
Hey.
Yes, how far is the water coming up, sir?
It's coming up. We're just sinking. I don't know. Like we're going down now.
Okay, for one, he doesn't sound like he's in distress. She's asking him, how far is the water coming up? He's talking about, I don't know. How you don't know how far? Is it over your feet? Is it up to your knee? Is it up to your neck? Because I'm trying to understand. I really haven't heard anyone sinking this calm, for one. And then to not even know where the water is. The lady is like, wait, what? They talking, doing all, what y'all doing? In the background, I would have gotten so frustrated too. You could tell she was getting frustrated. Okay. But you could not tell her where the water was. Like, make that make sense. Okay. I don't like that they had heavy alcohol intake when they went out looking for him. So those boys told the police he was drunk. Yes, it is what it is. That's what we're going to clock. It was already put into play. It was already put into motion before. Okay. So I agree. I definitely agree. Let's see. This looks like this is about to turn. Clicked it. This looks like this is about to turn into the chair situation on the boat some years ago. Okay. Right. He said we have a membership. Oh, okay. But you can't tell, child, you don't need to be on this boat handling none of this if you can't tell her where's the water. Okay, this is crazy.
All right, well, let's get you going. Membership number or phone number listed on the account, sir?
I don't know the phone number. It's either
Plunder True Crime Audio.
I think it's just that.
All right.
I know we have a membership, like guaranteed. I don't
All
have the
right,
tag
unless
on
you
here.
have a
It got ripped
membership
off.
number or anything, it's okay. I'll get you over to the captain. What's the best phone number to reach you at?
Reach me at 2.
I am not afraid. I was born to do this.
All right. And is everybody on board in good health otherwise?
Yeah, everybody's
How
on
many?
board.
All right. Do you need the United States Coast Guard?
What?
Do you need the United States Coast Guard?
No, we do not need that.
All right. All right. Do you have your current GPS coordinates?
Let me go look.
If not, I can send you a text.
One thing I'm gonna look up is how how long does it take for a boat to go down? Because I mean, there's a lot. Like in my mind, picturing we're sinking. I'm not like visualizing that we have this much time. Okay. Like, child, I need help. Okay. I don't have time to answer what membership. I don't have nothing. Like, I would have been frantic. Okay. But for them to be sinking, as he's saying, there's no urgency. Y'all playing and talking in the background. She's trying to get the membership number. It's too much going on. Right. I don't think it was I don't think it was sinking. I really don't. The dispatcher acting like he's 2 years old. She was babying him. She was about to ask him how many people were on board. She is going to ask him that. Yes. Okay. Welcome everyone coming on in. Make sure y'all hit that like button.
Text message.
North. All right, are you ready?
Yes, sir. I'm available.
North 30 degrees by
Okay.
46.72.
All right, 4672. All right, and you were breaking up a little bit. Can you just repeat it one more time to make sure I have it correct?
Sorry, look. What
Hello,
do
can you
need to
hear
send you?
me?
Yeah, what?
Oh,
So you're breaking up. If you need assistance, do you have a VHF radio?
No, we do not have the VHF radio.
All right, well, let's try to get you going because you don't have good cell phone reception. Can you verify your coordinates one more time?
right, it is what
Okay, my coordinates are 30 degrees by 14.684 north, and then west by 88 degrees by 46.79.
Right, looks like you're on Horn Island, correct? Are you
Yes,
on
we are
Horn
at Horn
Island?
Island. Yes.
All right, is the boat sinking or you have it aground?
We are sinking, yes.
Is it aground is the question?
No, we're not aground. We are in
Okay.
17 foot of water. We're in 31 foot of water.
Wait a minute. I just can't take this seriously. What? So you're in 17, you said 17 at first, then 30. Does it even go that deep? I'm just trying to understand. Because I thought the guy, the United Cajun man said it can go from like 3 feet to like 20. He's saying 30. I didn't even know the water there at Horn Island goes that deep. Yo, he's being rude. Okay. Triple A roadside. I just cannot. I would not believe Nolan was drinking until I see it on the toxicology report. Now, I'm not going to say I don't believe he was drinking. He may have had a drink. But as far as it, like the level that they're trying to say, like heavily intoxicated, we don't know that. Okay, we don't know that. It wouldn't surprise me though if it was, because everybody looked like they had a beer or something like that. But how you gonna put heavy? Okay, how you gonna put any? Really, you going by what these boys are saying? They hadn't tested nothing. Okay, who is geographical in the chat that can break down the coordinates? Okay, on Horn Island is 30. They have 30 feet there too. Being on Horn Island, why Nolan wasn't with them? Because I thought they said between 12 to it can drop down to 20 as well. But now he's saying they all the way in 31 feet of water.
All right, have to ask. What do you want to do? Do you want to be towed back?
I want to get this boat unsank and towed back, yes.
All right, where would you like it towed to, sir?
You can tow it to Ocean Springs Harbor or Fort Bayou Lawn.
Uh-oh. Now wait. How come he didn't want to take it back to Ocean Springs? He said he wanted it towed to Fort Bayou. Okay, that's interesting.
All right, how many adults and children on board?
No, there's no children.
So
Wonderful.
is there anybody on board? How many adults, sir? That was the question. Hello, can you hear me?
Gotta jump in and pull the plug, Bart, while you're going.
Hello, sir.
Hello.
Yep, I just need you to answer these questions so I can get you over to the captain.
Okay.
How many
what's
adults
going
on
on?
board?
What's up? There are 0 adults on board.
Oh my God.
There's nobody on board the boat?
No. Nobody
right.
here is over the age of 21.
Sir, that was not the question. Is there a person? Is there a person, a living individual on the boat?
Ooh, child, that operator, she was about to get hood. I don't know if y'all heard that. But okay, my thing is over 18 would be an adult. So why are you trying to make it look like it's no adults, it's just all little kids? Because that's going to be suspicious as well if it was just all children. So why not just answer flat out? Because I thought they were all made while they were still by the sand. Okay, the first commander with the beard said 20 feet. Okay, that's what I thought I heard. Okay, he's avoiding questions. I noticed that. I noticed that too. Yeah. And I'm trying not to laugh, but this is ridiculous. I know she was getting mad. The hood was about to come out. You can tell because you playing. Somebody else could actually be in a state of emergency and she could be on the phone with them. And then y'all up here playing in the background. Now, did y'all hear what he told Bart about don't jump in the something? She was getting sick of him. Yes. I heard him say something to Bart in the background. Okay, but I couldn't make out what he was saying to Bart.
Hello?
Is there a living person, someone breathing on the boat? Is there anybody on the boat?
Yes, there's lots of people breathing on the boat.
All right, how many people, sir?
Like 7.
All right, thank you. Does everyone have life jackets on or available to them?
Yes, we have life jackets available.
All right, verify what boat's sinking.
A Triton, 22-foot offshore, 22-foot Triton offshore sea flight hull.
All right. All right. Please hold. I'm transferring you to the local captain now.
Now, from my notes, and detectives, let me know if y'all have something similar from the interview with Warren. He said that Wyatt's boat, which is the boat Nolan was on, was a 22 Triton. Okay. So, this is interesting. So Nolan was supposed to be on this boat here. Do y'all remember that? Y'all have y'all notes from the interview? I believe this was the boat Nolan was supposed to be on. Because Bart, okay, Warren was on the boat with Bart, which was the 24 sideline. And he also said this Triton, child, well, what happened to all the other people? Because he said, oh, no. He said the Triton had 8 people, about 8 people. Yep. And then Bart had a boat, and it was a 24 tide line. And then there was a Palm Beach and 18 Palm Beach boat. I forgot whose boat that was. I don't even know whose boat that one was. But there were the 3 boats. So this was the boat that Nolan was supposed to have been on. He calling for help with that attitude. Right. You could tell they're drunk. Yeah, I want to know. I don't know how old he is, but he was definitely annoyed with her, and she's getting more and more annoyed with him. Okay. Warren name was called in the background. Oh, okay. Okay. I don't hear water or anything. We could even hear the ocean water during Tatum's video. Yeah, you don't hear the ocean behind. That's why I thought it was a fake call. Okay. I originally thought it was some kids playing on the phone, but my apologies to this operator. I don't think she playing. I thought she was playing too, child. Okay, the toes also called off. Oh, yes. We're going to get to that. Mm-hmm.
Okay, thank
you. I believe in the right to a classic education. I believe you shouldn't have to attend a
Plunder, True Crime Audio.
This is Captain Seth.
Hi, Captain Seth. This is Vicky from International. How you doing today?
Doing good. How are you?
Good. I apologize ahead of time. I really do. You're going to have a fee for service come up under Jerry.
Okay.
The, it sounds like a bunch of kids on board on Horn Island. Um, he's letting me know that his father's a member, but he can't give me any information. And he's saying the boat is sinking, and he's on Horn Island.
Okay.
It's just unfortunate. He's just a kid. There's a lot going on. So
Right.
he said there's about a lot of people on board. He says he thinks about 7. I'm guessing they're all under 18.
Okay.
And I'm not
This
trying to be
is
rude. He wants you
our
guys to go out there and unpump the boat and then tow it in.
Do you know what kind of boat it is?
He said a Triton 24-footer, but that's all he can give me.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I just actually got off the phone with his grandpa, who I'm guessing is the owner of the boat, and
Is it
he
Jerry?
said that yeah,
Mhm.
Jerry. Yeah, he said
Okay.
I just hung up.
Now wait a second. Hold up, because I was about to say, who is Jerry? Okay, because we're getting too many new characters. Okay, so when he called in the actual like dispatch 911 call, then he gave the name Jerry. That's not his name. So whose voice is this? Okay, because it's not Jerry. Jerry is the grandfather. Now remember, y'all, when remember, huh? Wait till later. Okay. Um, Now remember when Warren was doing part 1 of that interview, when he was breaking down, the different boats and so forth. Remember he said that they left out over to some grandparents' house, one of the grandparents' homes. So I guess the grandfather's name must be Jerry. That's I think Bart's grandfather. So when they made the call, or they made the call under grandpa's name, because he's saying now he's been on the phone with the grandfather. So they must have called the grandfather to let the grandfather know what was going on. And the grandfather must have already contacted, y'all, this is too much. Oh, the grandfather must have already contacted them. Okay, because now he knows who she's talking about. Yes, it seems as though the grandfather owns this particular boat. He is the one with the membership, which is why they probably don't know the membership information. He like, well, we got it. We just don't know. We don't know the name. Seems like he was pulling the phone away at the times she couldn't hear him or he was muting. That's possible. A whole lot of lies is what I'm understanding. Yes, Grandpa Jerry. Yes, so Grandpa Jerry, that's a new character. Grandpa Jerry must own this boat here. Okay, so don't y'all forget, we got a new character, child. This too much. The grandfather must know what happened. Come on, clock it. Okay, arrest Grandpa. y'all see, y'all see arrest the grandpa too, child. He knows something. If he was already on the phone, them boys need to be held accountable. Yes, this too much.
With him. He said that they don't need any help right.
Now wait a minute.
But that's all he can give me.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I just actually got off the phone with his grandpa, who I'm guessing is the owner of the boat, and
Is it
he
Jerry?
said that yeah,
Mhm.
Jerry. Yeah, he said
Okay.
I just hung up with him. He said that they don't need any help right now, but if something changes, he'll call me back. So
Oh,
I'm
right.
guessing that they may have figured it out, because that's what he said. So they're in a panic and their boat won't crank.
Yeah,
Or,
they're in a panic. He's saying the
So-
bilge is not keeping up. I asked for Coast Guard. He said no, but he's just really upset on the back end. And, I get it. It's a
Okay.
kid. He just doesn't understand.
okay. Do you still have him on the line?
Yes, I still have him on the line. And again, I couldn't find, he couldn't give me anything regarding his grandfather's, membership. So it's just under.
Plunder, true
So
crime.
maybe that was Bart who we heard, but no, because they were talking to Bart. They were talking to Bart. So Grandpa, see, this is where we're gonna catch some lies too. Uh-oh. What did Grandpa say? Grandpa told him they don't need help. He said, Grandpa said, oh, they were just up here saying that the boat won't crank. Uh-oh, wait a minute now. Is it the boat won't crank or was it the bilge pump? Okay, because we're getting multiple things wrong. Okay, which one was it? What did y'all tell y'all's grandpa when y'all called him? Because grandpa saying that y'all don't need help. If it was really sinking, I don't think grandpa would say no, don't go and help them. Okay, he's saying they're gonna figure it out. Wow, okay. Grandpa, we can't get the boat to crank. Well, just figure it out. Okay, he don't want no help sent. This is crazy. And she's thinking it's the bilge pump. That's why when she asked him, where's the water? He couldn't give an answer because that's probably not real. They were probably making that mess up. Uh-oh, it's going to catch the judge up in a lot as well. See, y'all lies are unraveling, okay? Because which one is it? Pick a lie. Okay, we're gonna go to that. Pick a lie, child, and stick with it. Because now we got these new characters. Y'all got grandpa all up in it. He's saying y'all don't need help. It's just that it can't crank, and y'all gonna figure it out. Okay, so we don't know what's going on. Yeah, now they don't need no help. Like, what's happening? If it was this lady, she probably want to cuss all of them out, grandpa and all, because y'all are wasting this lady's time. Okay, is that the same grandparents' house of Warren's friend? He said, yes, I think it is. I think it is, Eden. We're connecting some dots. I think that's the same grandpa. That must be Bart's grandparents. Yes, he said that that's what all of the three boats, they all left from Four Horns Island. That was in Warren's first interview. Okay, hey, Alana, but granddad not on the boat, who's the captain of the vessel, is responsible. I don't know who was actually supposed to be in charge. That's a good point. That's a very good point. He wasn't panicking. Yeah, he was rude. He wasn't answering her questions. I'm calling that lady in my mind. She turned into a straight marshmallow. Yes, the same boat that they got in twice that night, going over 100 miles after the call. Yes. See, I don't think it was the bilge pump. Remember, people were like, well, if they had problems with the bilge pump, it was broken. They went to Fort Bio, and they were doing all of that. Like, how were they doing that? It wasn't the bilge pump. It looks like grandpa was trying to tell them how to crank it or something else, but it wasn't that. Or was it flooding? Stop playing. Yes, they act like they didn't know. Okay. Get his cell phone records too now. Clock it. Hey, Phenomenal Scorpio.
Audio.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I just talked to. If you
Oh, you
want
want me to
I mean, I'm
rewind it?
not.
Hold on.
We're so tied up right.
And
Oh, okay. Do you still have him on the line?
yes, I still have him on the line. And again, I couldn't find, he couldn't give me anything regarding his grandfather's, membership. So
Did
it's
he
just
tell me?
under,
Plunder. True crime audio.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I just talked to. If you want to, I mean, I'm not. We're so tied up right now. We can't really do any non-member jobs right now.
Oh, wow.
is Jerry a member? Did you find out if he was a member or not?
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's his boat or what. I'm not sure what's going on with it. But yeah, transfer the kid over. I'll talk to him, and then
Thank you.
I'll call his grandpa back as well.
All right. And did you want me to look up Jerry's membership number or anything like that?
Hold on. Let me rewind it to when he said what Jerry said.
He couldn't give me anything regarding his grandfather's, membership. So it's just under.
Plunder. True crime audio.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I just talked to. If you want to, I mean, I'm not. We're so tied up right now. We can't really do any non-member jobs right now.
Is Jerry?
Go back.
He's just really upset.
I want to hear what the grandfather said.
He's just really upset on the back end, and I get it, it's
Okay.
a kid. He just doesn't understand.
Oh, okay. Do you still have him on the line?
Yes, I still have him on the line. And again, I couldn't find. He couldn't give me anything regarding his grandfather's, membership. So it's just under.
Plunder. True crime audio.
I can't find the spot.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I just talked to. If you want to, I mean, I'm not. We're so tied up right now. We can't really do any non-member jobs right now.
Is Jerry a member? Did you find out if he was a member or not?
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's his boat or what. I'm not sure what's going on with it.
Oh Lord.
But yeah, transfer the kid over. I'll talk to him, and then I'll call his grandpa back as well.
All right. And did you want me to look up Jerry's membership number or anything like that to see if he's up? I know you guys are
You can
swamped.
try this cell phone number.
Yes, sir.
If you're struggling with depression and not feeling the comfort and peace that you need, I invite you to meet with missionaries like me from the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. We can help you lift your burdens through the gospel of Jesus Christ.
Anything on this phone number.
Talking about they didn't pay the bill. Y'all silly.
All right. Yep. Jerry. Yeah, he's an active member. Hold on.
What kind of boat do you have on there? Same boat?
Yeah, he's one. Yeah, he's one of your members. Yep, 22-foot Triton.
Uh-oh.
All right. I'll just disregard this one. I'm gonna send you over.
Wait a second. So Jerry owns the 22 Triton. Okay, y'all writing that down? Let me make a note, because they said that Jerry owns that Triton. I didn't have that note. Why do I have Wyatt's boat? But it ain't pulling up under Wyatt for some reason. Interesting.
An accurate one under this Jerry. Then one. Okay, he's one of your members. You'll get in a couple minutes. Okay.
Okay, perfect. All right, and yeah, just transfer this kid over whenever you get a chance.
All right, transferring now. Thank you again, Captain.
All right.
Stay safe out there. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Have a drink.
Oh, it's wild.
It's Wyatt's boat too, but why is it pulling up that Jerry owns it? So do y'all think that that's the Wyatt's grandfather? Because I'm only going by what they're saying, what was pulling up. Do y'all think that's Wyatt's grandfather and not Bart's grandfather? Because that would make sense. Okay, so that would be Wyatt's grandfather, possibly. Okay. Yeah, he did say Wyatt's boat was a Triton, but I know that part. But I'm saying, why are they saying that it's pulling up under a Jerry? You see what I'm saying? So there's two boats so far that need to be looked at. Right. That's what Warren said. Yes. Wyatt took his brother's boat out. Hey, welcome. I heard Warren interview and he said something about his brother got in a fight and his nose was bloody. Thought about that video with the boy with the bloody nose. Oh, that's a good one. Yeah, I have to look at that again. Okay, it is Wyatt's 22-foot Triton. Remember, Warren said it. Jerry must be Wyatt's grandfather. Right, it could be. But how is it Bart's grandpa? Are they related? Yeah, he does have Ike Pyron has a boat. Wait. Oh, I'm getting these names mixed up. Maybe Wyatt's grandpa is Jerry. That's the only thing I could think of. Hey, Tabany. Unless it's two Triton boats. You think because the grandpa probably bought it? We'll try.
All righty, thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Hello? Hello? Are you there? I apologize. I will be disconnecting due to lack of response.
Okay, baby, she said, I'm done. Okay, baby, when I used to work in customer service, when you say hello and those customers weren't talking back, she was all gladly, okay, I'm disconnecting call due to no response. I ain't even give them a chance to come home because I'm saying hello, you get 2 times. Okay, she was done with them anyways. They were playing. You need a blackboard up, right? Look, I'm gonna have to get me one so we can bring up on the screen, child. I got to create that with Chat GPT, okay, or something, so we can have this. Too much. We have too many names, too many boats, too many people. Okay, this is ridiculous. All these people that's involved in this. I thought phones didn't work on Horn Island. How was he able to call and have them and his granddad call him back. No, truth and a lie. I was thinking that too, but do y'all think it could have been a phone like on the boat for them to call for help? Yeah, she hung up on them fast. She was happy. That is probably Grandpa Jerry's boat, and he probably loaned it to them boys. Now that's gonna be a whole mess if they brought the grandpa into this whole order. Okay, allegedly. I'm telling you, if they had brought the grandpa, oh my gosh. Okay, so y'all, we gotta get into this document now. I gotta do still shots of it because it moves the way she has it in her video. So I'm gonna try to read some of it and then hit play, and it'll move up, a little bit. But it says this is a missing person. They have an incident number, non-criminal report, northwest tip of Horn Island, Ocean Springs, Mississippi. Then it has the telephone number. Then it says this was July 5th, 10:05. Okay, so this would have been the next morning. Reporting officer Shay Smith. Okay, it says on Saturday, July 4th, at 23:49 hours, Mississippi Department of Marine Resources Lieutenant Patrick Caron was advised by dispatch of a caller reporting a missing male, Nolan Wells, on Horn Island. The caller told dispatcher that their 18-year-old son rode to Horn Island on a vessel with friends, was last seen around 1500 hours, which is 3. His phone his phone was at a friend's, his phone, because y'all sorry for me to read it because it's kind of covered up. His phone was in a friend's truck. Okay, let me kind of move it some more. And all the friends said they had returned from the island. Based on information provided at the time, Caron asked dispatch to forward the reporting party, Christine Wells Wansley, to Jackson County Sheriff's Office to make an official missing persons report. Shortly thereafter, dispatch advised the reporting party was calling JCSO and that the United States Coast Guard had been notified. Okay, so this is also letting us know that the United States Coast Guard had been notified. But, okay, check this out. I don't know, based off of this, I guess this would have been the same time and not the time of the report, because I was about to say, was this the next day? So I guess this would have all taken place on July 4th, 23:49 hours. So the Coast Guard was notified around that time too. She said, I'm not getting off no phone and my boat is sinking. Okay. Yeah, it's too much. Hey, Mika. Miko, I'm sorry. I need my glasses. I don't know why I try to do this without glasses. I stay on the call until the calls drop. This is... You stay on there trying to rack up your time, child, so you don't have to get another call. I know that trick too. Okay. Well, they ain't saying nothing. Let me just hang out till the call ends. So I don't have to get no other ones. Okay, so you Googled images. Okay. So phone boat is the radio. That's what I was wondering. Hey, Janet. Shout out to T Lady Boogie for the gold coin. Thank you so much, sis. I appreciate that. No, she said your call service is bad. That's why she asked if he had a phone on the boat. Oh, yeah, she did say that. That's a good point. So were they, well, maybe it's limited service. Maybe it's not just a no service, but maybe limited, possibly. I'm definitely behind in the chat, but I think he was intoxicated on that call. Okay. The guy in the video has muscles like a guy with USA on his chest in that pool photo. Oh, okay. Shout out to you for that. Okay, 3, but Warren said 4:30 on the interview. Hello, we clocked another lie. Okay, what do we have coming down the chat? Thank you so much, sis. She gifted 5 memberships. Now, I can't see the names of those new members, but welcome to the Open Book members. Make sure y'all give Chrissy a thank you in the chat. I appreciate the support, sis. I still don't get the 7 people. Yeah, they had like 7 people. Okay, let's continue. That's what he said. Shout out to Wonder True Crime. These procedures. Okay. At approximately 0138 hours on July 5th, Karan spoke with Ocean Springs Police Department regarding the complaint and advised that JCSO would be taking lead on this case. Karan also spoke with JCSO Lieutenant Odom, okay, the ship supervisor, who said they had taken the initial report. He said his deputies had spoke with several friends that traveled to the island on the vessel with Nolan, and that when they left, he was in the company of an unknown female. Uh-oh, look at here, y'all. This is where the story started. Okay, when they had started putting that story out, oh, he left with an unknown female. This is where it's starting to set the stage. Okay, he left with an unknown female in the company of an unknown female that he chose to remain at the island. Based on the information provided, Odom did not have reason to believe there were any water-related, I think it's exigencies or I ain't never seen that word. Exigencies or I can't say it. Y'all see it. Or emergency. I'm gonna look up how to say that, y'all. Or emergencies. I don't know, child. I'm gonna have to type that in. Let me see, because that bothers me that I don't know how to say that word. I ain't never seen it before. Let me see. I'm gonna do how you say it. Exigency. I had to type it in. Exigencies. Okay, child. Look, we learning something new today. Because I ain't never seen that word before. Okay. That was like one time when I was on a call and this business had the word paradigm. And you know how you hear a word, but you've never seen it. Why I say paradigm, knowing that wasn't right. Okay. He had to correct me. I'm done. Okay. Baby, I ain't never seen this word. Okay. Or emergencies. And he believed the most likely scenario was Nolan rode in on another vessel, but did not have his phone in his possession to make contact with family. So, for one, you assuming, okay, you have not confirmed that is true. You are assuming he went with this other person and doesn't have his phone. Have you verified that? Okay, so that's why his family's looking for him, and you're saying, oh, he must have went with the girl. He left his phone. Oh, did they have his phone? At this point, did they have his phone? How did they know that he didn't have his phone? Well, okay, I will say this. I think earlier on the other page it said that the mom said that his phone, that's what it was. Okay. His mom said that his phone was in a friend's truck. But did y'all start with that friend's truck to see when was the last time he was there with Nolan? And why was Nolan's phone inside of his truck? Did y'all do that work? Or are y'all just assuming that, oh, he was out with some girl and can't find his phone? So, yeah, it's nothing here. Nothing that we think this is, a big deal. Okay. And then check this out. After that, it said no further action was taken by Karan or his shift the morning of July 5th. So that shows you, y'all, they did not take this seriously. They could have been out there still looking, but because they're telling y'all, several of his friends are saying, oh, he probably left with the female, they probably stayed on this island. I don't know where he went. I don't know. But his phone's somewhere that he's not. You need to get with the people he was last seen with that had his phone too. Okay, how do you have his phone and he's not here? Did y'all search that vehicle? Okay, why was there not more done in the beginning phase of this? Okay? Then it says at the approximately 1800 hours on the evening of July 5th, Karan reported to the command posted established by JCSO at Lake Mars Pier and assisted with efforts. So look at the time gap. Okay, y'all already stopped earlier that morning. It was nothing else for y'all to do. So now here we are, okay, 6 o'clock. This is July 5th evening. So there was time in between. Now, all of a sudden, you're assisting with the efforts again to include sending a MDMR patrol vessel and crew to the northwest tip of Horn Island to conduct sonar surveys of the area. The sonar surveys were inconclusive and terminated due to adverse weather conditions. So I want to know, what was the adverse weather conditions like on July 5th? I'm trying to understand that. Let's see what y'all saying. Okay, so they're going to stick to the story. They left him, and since they're really not besties, he wouldn't let Nolan's parents know that he's still on the island. Make it make sense, right? Okay, I'm telling you. Yeah, track the truck's movement too. They must have told, yes, they did. I had to think back to that first page. Yes. Yeah. 6 o'clock. Why didn't they get off the boat and stand on land if they were on Horn Island? Why sit in a sinking boat? I got questions. Oh, okay. Which means they didn't even do a search immediately. Exactly. Marine Services could have done it on the 4th. Warren called Nolan's mom at 11 p.m. to ask, have you seen Nolan? Strange. No way mentioned trying to call him. That's a good point, Peggy. And at what point did anyone find out this unknown girl's name? Oh, it was a thunderstorm warning? Oh, okay. That's interesting. Yeah, did they ever say who it was? Because Warren, he didn't say the name of that interview either. Okay, now check this out. It says, good evening. As part of our response, the MSDMR requests SAR data related to the missing person, Nolan Wells. The MDMR will use this data to start sonar scans in the area. While information is still limited, we request the following be used for the data. It has July 4th. It has pretty much 6 o'clock Central. It also has the location, subject male, black, 6'1". He is 180 pounds. Food intake, unknown. Alcohol intake, heavy. What? Y'all don't know what food he had, but who told y'all that the alcohol intake was heavy? Y'all haven't done no toxicology reports, didn't even know at this time if he was deceased or not. So y'all just going on the words of these so-called little friends because y'all were setting the stage. Clothing, shorts only. Y'all were setting the stage to say that Nolan stayed behind. He had been drinking heavy. Okay, let me move the comment up so y'all can see it. He had been drinking heavy. Okay, and we don't know what happened. So I guess they were supposed to just find him washed up on the shore somewhere. Okay, y'all were gonna blame it on the girl or whoever she stayed behind with. Because how did they get that information? Who told them that? Because they ain't ran no test. They didn't know what Nolan was. But y'all made sure y'all put alcohol intake was heavy. But you don't know food intake. Y'all should have just go ahead and made that up too. Put some hamburgers and French fries on there since we making up stuff, trying to set the stage for it to look a certain type of way. Okay. Being Crump's civil case will be based on negligence. They should have gone and looked for him, but they waited. Exactly. Notice the adverse weather on that day. That's why they didn't take Nolan back into the 6th. I was just thinking that, get out of my head. Yes, I think that's one reason why I had to wait. Okay. While whatever happened, I don't know if, how bad it got or, so forth. But yes, it could have, possibly. I don't know for sure. What made it go from he stayed to he was missing? Warren said he started looking for him because he hadn't heard from him, but they had his phone. That's what I'm saying. This is the part. Thank you, the highest point. This is what I'm not understanding, what has not been made clear to me. Okay. And I'm hoping that maybe Nolan's mom got more information about this. But what did Warren tell her when he called her? Like, what prompted him to say, we think Nolan is missing? What made you say that? You had his phone. So at what point did he disappear? Excuse me. Did he disappear? I'm still not clear on that. Okay. You're not just going to pop up. Oh my gosh, where's Nolan? This phone is here, but where is he? Like, come on. What made you say that? Is it because you already knew? Like, something prompted you to contact her. So I'm still trying to figure that part out. Yeah, don't have no food, but you have heavy alcohol intake. They were setting the stage. The captain of the boat that he was on has duty of care. Right. Whoever was supposed to be that captain. How y'all sinking if the boat was docked? On the call, he said they were in 30. Yes, he did. He said 30 feet of water. Right. Exactly. The Queen's didn't clock it. Because all those pictures, y'all standing up. Okay. It looks like it come up to your chest, your stomachs. That should have made them look even harder if they thought he was drunk. That part, it is what it is. Something else I heard, if water was found in Nolan's lungs, was it pool or ocean water? Ooh. Okay. If that pool party is true, okay, that's a good point. Warren did say that on that interview with Tatum. Warren's a liar. So you left your drunk friend on an island with no phone? Come on now. That's what they should have been bringing up. Okay, so y'all saying that he was supposed to be behind with the girl, y'all left him, and he was supposed to have been like drinking really heavy, and we out here in all of this water, y'all pretty much sinking in 31 feet of water. Okay, so where was he? Because if y'all sinking, y'all didn't see who he left with, y'all didn't, like which boat or anything like that. Like, come on, it was too many people there. Okay, it doesn't get drunk. Wait, it doesn't get dark. I'm talking about drunk. It doesn't get dark until 9. So no one went back. Exactly. Not to mention, no one was the last one with him. No one wants to be the last one with him. All of his friends, they're like, it was that one. He stayed. No, I didn't see him. It was that one. No, I heard he stayed with the girl. So no one wants to be the last. Well, he changed that, Kathy. He said no. People took it the wrong way when he said fully clothed. And then Nancy Grace said, yeah, because from a distance it could look like a shirt, but no, he didn't have on a shirt. He only had on his shorts. I don't think he was in the water that whole time. No. Just because you've been drinking heavy doesn't cause you to make bad decisions. Right. I think Nolan came back with guys, and there was a different pool party after the island at some girl's rental house. Yeah, I was thinking about that too, Peggy. I believe they drugged Nolan without Nolan knowing that they did that to him. Possibly. I was thinking about that earlier. I hadn't heard Warren went to look for him. Child, this is crazy. As a friend, knowing he had no phone or keys, they should have went back to the island to make sure he had a ride and got home safe. In Warren's interview, he said there were like 15 people on the boat. Exactly. Yes, I agree. So they're saying on July 4th at 1800, which is 6 p.m., that they knew he had heavy alcohol intake. I thought they left at 4:30. Okay. This is where the lies are getting exposed. See, they didn't expect all these reports and people looking into stuff. They didn't expect this, y'all. They've been doing this and getting away with it for so long. We're in 2026, the land of technology, okay, and in a land where people are not their ancestors, okay? This is what's happening. It's been done to us so many times until we can peep the plays earlier on. Okay, you can't hide it like it used to be. So now people are more on it like, man, okay, hold up. We can feel when something's off now. Y'all probably could have gotten away with that. But in today's society, in time when people are noticing a trend and patterns in these systems and people coming up dead and unalive, missing, okay, it's almost like sometimes the same story, just a different boy. Okay, same story, a different girl. Even with the police attack on unarmed Black men, it was to the point that we were getting immune to it until it's almost like you were numb. Every time we would hear about it, we were like, oh my God, another one? We were getting numb to it because it was happening over and over. So now it's like we're being trained more. We're paying attention more. They thought that they were going to get away with making it look like Nolan was drunk. He had stayed on the island. No one wanted to be with him last, okay? And that he fell into this water and drowned. And then that was supposed to be it, accidental drowning. All his mom knew was that he went to Horns Island with his friends. And maybe that's what happened. But they underestimated this whole thing and did not realize that his mom had Life 360 and some things felt off to her about this whole situation. And so now people, and I'm so glad her husband went the route that they did, because now it's a whole army looking into this, praying over this, being on top, searching this, searching that, doing this. Now it's not just where, unfortunately, other little families there in Mississippi that they didn't have the funds or the backing or people looking into their family members' cases and so forth. Y'all got away with this so many times till you got comfortable. You got comfortable with your medical examiner, just signing off, doing whatever, ain't even looking into nothing. Okay? Just speeding it up, just knocking them out. Here you go. Here's another one. Oh, but this one. Okay? We're not going to take that. Because, see, y'all messed up by saying no foul play, when it wasn't even an investigation. So then you cause, okay, since there's no trust, and we see where y'all going, how y'all plan this, then we're going to do our own investigating. We're going to get our own autopsy reports because y'all not playing the right game. That old game ain't working this time. Okay, child, we clocking everything. Okay, right, same script, different cast. That's pretty much how it's going. And we've got more keen to it. Also, the cops were called. They called up to the boat. So what did they see then? Oh, when the cops came, that's true. Grandpa House has an outside camera. I bet others do too. Wonder if the sheriff checked that footage. Hello? That part. Do they need to get a criminal lawyer? If so, at what point? I think he has a criminal lawyer on his team. Yes, I think he has one. Wait a minute. Peggy Sealy, she said the medical examiner only has high school diploma. Hey, I wouldn't put it past her. Okay, I need to see some transcripts at this point, because you can't come, anybody can buy one of those online degrees. Okay, at this point, we're going to start requesting transcripts. Because some of these people just putting, I graduated from here. We already had, what was the lady, Cheyenne Bryant, that whole thing coming out with her a few months ago. Now we got this medical examiner. We questioning her credentials. We need to start seeing transcripts. Y'all hear that? These jobs, if you are hiring and all of that, child, ask for people transcripts, because even colleges do that. Okay, some of these jobs just going by what people putting on these applications, especially where you are bringing in teachers or you have nurses. Okay, these critical positions, child, you bringing in folks and ain't check their credentials. I need to see some transcripts that you actually passed the class. I don't want you as my doctor and you haven't passed the class, child. No. What did you make in this class, child? I don't want nobody with no F's. And you supposed to be my nurse? Oh no. Child, you can go out there and buy a diploma offline. Let's see, or a degree. When this case was first brought to my attention, I wonder why Crump was involved. Now, since all this new information has come out, it probably was a good thing to get him involved early in the case. You're right. I'm telling you, Miss Didi, girl, I would not play around. Hey, Sacardia, welcome. Girl, fooling around all these high school diploma people, and they talking about they got masters and doctorates, and ain't nobody looked at a transcript first in all of these top medical examiners because it's your friend. Here, I'm gonna hire you. You my cousin friend. You gotta be good. No, they ain't gotta be nothing. You better check them transcripts, okay, and make sure they know what they're doing, or you gonna be sued. Child, I'm sick of it. What's 2 day shift? Wait a minute. Are you talking about the degree? Wait, don't tell me you done tried to order one. Baby, all y'all going down for hiring all these folks ain't got a transcript first. Ask them which college. What you making? Well, tell me, what do you think about such and such class? Child, nothing, because you never took it. Right, Mama Magazine. Welcome, sis. I don't know if I spoke to you today. Okay, so this says here, I think this is when they did not want them to search the boat. Okay, it has the vessel. Then it's a waiver on here. It says, I have not been threatened in any way, nor offered any reward for granting this consent. I have been advised of my right to refuse permission to search. I hereby give permission for the aforementioned officer to search the above location. Oh, this is their consent. I'm sorry. Consent to. Okay. So they were some child. What? They have to say I wasn't threatened or offered any reward. What in the world? Okay, that's the vessel number, VIN number, statement of witness. They had a witness. Oh my God. Child, this is interesting. Okay, so there's missing persons. Okay, I think we read this part. Okay, so time received July 6, 10:07, deceased. So that must have been when they found his body. Wow. Oh, Lord. That's so sad. Okay, so here she has first launch site right here and second launch site. Wow. She has this scripture, Daniel 7:13-14. In my vision in the night, I continued to watch, and I saw one like the Son of Man coming with the clouds of heaven. He approached the Ancient of Days and was led into his presence. And he was given dominion, glory, and kingship, that the people of every nation and language should serve him. His dominion is an everlasting dominion that will not pass away, and his kingdom is one that will never be destroyed. Okay, amen. Oh, y'all. So I'm gonna pause it there. Shout out to Plunder True Crime. Make sure y'all follow her because she has a lot of great content and the FOIA requests and so forth. So she's been getting that information. McDowell said, I'm sure he rang the friends first and asked if Nolan came back with them. And when they said no, he rang the mom. And when she didn't hear from Nolan, he rang Coast Guard to let them know. Okay. I couldn't tell. It was like the signature. Horn Island was meant to meet back up afterwards for a party at a friend's house. And when they got to the house party later, they noticed Nolan wasn't there. That's why. Oh, wow. Now I can see that. Okay. They start getting worried when nobody's seen or heard from him at that point. Okay, that waiver is CYA waiver. They're making sure you don't blame them for nothing. Oh, I never heard of that. I heard the boat was searched 2 weeks later, but refused earlier when bloodhounds were there. That's what I heard too. Okay. Let's see. Medical examiner probably types that up. Hey, Roger. This might sound crazy, but Nolan's body was found in the sand, and there was a space between the water and the sand. So how he get from water to sand? That's a very good point. That's why when Nancy Grace was describing that, I was thinking to myself, like, were they putting him right there on the shore, and maybe the water kind of just where it didn't take him out, just kind of pushed him like right there where it was stuck right by the shoreline? I don't know. To become a medical examiner, physicians must earn an MD or DO degree, hold a state medical license, and complete specialized American Board of Pathology training. Okay, Elle, I'm hoping that she has hers. As that a J on the signature, first name on the waiver, Jerry. Oh, that could be who it is, because he owned the boat, one of those boats. So that could have been who he was. Oh, y'all, this is a lot. Okay. This is a lot. Let me see. Yeah, I'm trying to see if there's any other big updates. Before we get off, I appreciate y'all for tapping in today. Let's see, to become a coroner, requirements vary heavily by jurisdiction. Generally, an elected or appointed coroner is not required to be a physician. Okay, gotcha. That's good to know. And in the video was the same position where, it was said he looks like he was sleeping in the sand. Right. That's what I'm saying, Tracy. Like, to me, y'all, this video was only put out today. So how would that have been? How would Nancy Grace, because she's been talking about that picture for days. So how would she know about that? You know what I'm saying? If they believe it was a drowning, why search the boat? King Black, come on with it. Clock that. That's good. It's a lot and the day isn't over. Okay, thank you, Phenomenal Scorpio. I appreciate your support, sis. You know that water washes things on shore and the tide goes out and leaves whatever has been washed up behind. That's what I was wondering. Thank you, Kiki. I appreciate y'all. We need thorough investigation of the 20 to 30 people. Come on now, on the 3 boats and all of their phones. Okay. Because remember, he said it out of his own mouth. Okay, let's watch this, y'all. Look, I done found something. Okay, hold on. Okay, so this is the other guy I was telling y'all about. Official Humans on IG. Let's see. I haven't watched this updated video yet. Now there was another guy too, y'all that came out, Lucas Aviz, and he was saying that they were drinking. Look, I don't know who that is. The whole interview or video he did looks like from another country or something. The texture of it looks off to me, so I don't even know if this is about Nolan. I said we can't add unnecessary characters, okay? Because I don't know if he lying or what. But yeah, it's been in prayer, praying that God continue to reveal the truth. Yes, and convict the hearts of the ones involved. Yes, and convict the hearts of those that know the truth, that they will speak up and tell what really happened. Right, I agree.
Here's the thing about Warren's interview. In order for me to be able to make a full calculated assessment on my opinion on how I feel about Warren's interview, I need to see the entire interview, not bits and pieces of it, part after this, part after that. I need to see the full interview. If the purpose of the interview is to get the information out, get that information out. 18-year-old Nolan Wells' case is on a timeline. It's on a timeline, meaning that if too much time goes by, meaning that when people then clean some stuff or hid some evidence or anything like that, it can end up timing out to where they can get forensic off of a boat if they need to get forensic off of a boat and such like that. If information has been deleted off of 18-year-old Nolan Wells' phone and or somebody else's device, all of that stuff is in a timely manner. So therefore, releasing stuff bit by bit by bit, I understand why creators do it, but if it's to get the information out, get the information out. The only thing right now that I'm able to say about Warren's interview right now at the time is I feel like Warren chose to talk. I feel like Warren's lawyer told Warren not to come out there and to come talk. It seems that he did that. Lets me know that he ain't finna let people just sit back and allow this shit to come back on him and or what people just gonna speculate shit about him. Not only that, I feel like Warren is speaking for himself because he's tired of people putting him in the same boat and category in the same mouth as his stepmom. He wants people to speak on Warren as Warren when you speak on Warren. I truly feel like a lot of people have been having a biased opinion towards Warren based off of the fact of who his stepmom is. So I don't feel like it's based off of the fact that people truly feel like Warren might have been involved. It's because of people feeling like who Warren's stepmom is and people having a distaste for a stepmom. It's fine for you to have a distaste for a stepmom for the reasons that you have a distaste for a stepmom if you have valid reasons. But to have distaste for the son simply because of who the mom is does not mean nothing. And or if you feel like she did something wrong, it does not mean that the son did something wrong at the same time. Especially when the son hasn't truly shown anybody that he did anything wrong. Now, I do wonder if Warren does have a boat because he did slip up and say my boat, and I'm wondering if he meaning like the boat that he rode out on, and or if he was just.
Now, this is a good point that Phenomenal Scorpio brought up. Warren is trying to protect Wyatt. Y'all, who is Wyatt? We don't hear a lot about Wyatt. We hear too much, I should say, his name, but we haven't seen Wyatt. I think he does know. I think though Wyatt may have that story that we were reading, that pool story. Wyatt, it seemed like, according to that person, was more so the one fighting with Nolan. Okay, so maybe Warren would have been around and was egging stuff on and laughing and stuff, didn't help Nolan. He's still guilty of some stuff. But do y'all think Wyatt plays a big part in a lot of this? You don't trust the you mean the Cajun Navy people, Eden? Why not go to the news, but you go to someone that has a podcast? Right. This is the guy that talked mess about Jay Bond and came back and apologized. Oh, who? Which one? Oh, yeah, this one. Yes, that's him. Because his mama, Tashima, shared it. And she said, you can keep that apology. He has long hair. Okay, I'm going to have to look at his picture again. Wyatt, he had the phone in his truck. He's involved a lot. We hear his name a whole lot. Wyatt is screwed if he owns the boat regardless. Yeah, the boat. Supposedly he owns the boat. Supposedly Nolan's phone was in his truck. Supposedly he was fighting and arguing with Nolan. So, his name is in it a lot. A forensic specialist was on Don Lemon, and she stressed that nothing is ever truly deleted. Oh, that's good to know. They can get phone, especially since they have a phone. Also, no time messages deleted. Now, let me ask y'all this. Hey, Karen Michelle, welcome, sis. Let me ask y'all this. Do y'all think, because y'all know they got money and stuff like that, a lot of these kids, do y'all think they all bought new phones and tried to get rid of the other phones and have new numbers and all of that? But can't they still go under the records from those old phones? Because they probably all got some new phones. They probably all know we can't delete stuff. Okay. I think Nolan was on Wyatt's boat. I think so too. I think that's what Warren was saying. And Nolan is more friends with Warren than the other guys. Those are Warren's friends. Oh, more so. Okay, got you. It was Wyatt's boat Nolan was on and the one who had the phone. Right. Right. Why the girls use TikTok about the body and not just go to the police instead. Yeah, that's true too. Warren was slick, taking the heat off of himself and pushed the Warren was slick, taking the heat off of himself and pushed the focus onto Wyatt. None of that will help the forensics on those phones. Okay, got you. Where's the video of the boy standing over Nolan in the sand? Okay, I'll show it after this one. Their numbers are in Nolan's phone. Oh, yeah, because his mom and dad, and you know, that's another reason why I think his mom and dad are holding on to those phones, that phone. Okay. Now that's a good thing. Because see, although they may delete their stuff, okay, then they still have Nolan's phone and can get into his stuff, okay, get his records. So depending on what all was stated, what he got, y'all, I'm just hoping a small chance of something that Nolan caught onto them and has something in that phone, even if they try to delete it. But I'm hoping it's something that he left behind, like a message or something he put in there. And maybe when they pull the actual records through forensics and stuff, something like that, that maybe he has said something or left something behind. That would be really, really good if he did something like that. Because I think that he probably, towards, with them doing all of this, switching up on him, he probably felt a certain type of way. Because remember, even that pool party situation, now we don't know if it's true or not, but I'm just saying, if it was true, they said that they would not let Nolan leave. That's pretty much like holding someone against their will. And then if he didn't have his phone, or if he had his phone during that time, they wouldn't let him have his phone. He was scared. Okay. And he probably like, what have I got myself into? Because it's more of them. None of the black guys were there probably. They had all probably left. Okay. Even Jalen said he felt guilty because he had left Javon and Nolan on the water. Then we're hearing Daddy say, well, hey, I'll go over there. And the boys were already, someone were there looking for Nolan. They knew Nolan was missing too. So I don't know.
Mixed up with talking about boats or phones, but I would like to know if he has a boat, because I specifically remember that inside of his stepmom's little thing that she had sent to somebody or commented or whatnot, allegedly she had stated that Warren doesn't have a boat. Overall, so far, do I feel like Warren has been telling a lie? Nope. Because I feel like Warren has been offering information that other people didn't have the opportunity to provide, but they haven't. When Trayston Shepard allegedly was speaking about his account of things, and when he was speaking about how the boys had told him, how Wyatt and them had told him that the boat was having malfunctions and such like that, and that Nolan had decided that he was going to go ahead and stay, I didn't hear him say nothing about the girl being right there.
Ooh.
And both Javon as well as Trayston's side of things, in my opinion, they both failed to mention the girl was right there at any different time. They only mentioned that Nolan said he was going to hang out with the girl, but they never even specifically said where the girl was at, as if they didn't know. As well as the biggest reason why I feel like Warren is not lying, and the biggest reason why I feel like Warren is not lying, he had every last opportunity to be able to say 18-year-old Nolan Wells was out there drunk when he seen 18-year-old Nolan Wells. He was out there fucked up. He was out there tripping over his own feed. He really couldn't speak, this, that, and the third.
Now check this out, y'all. Y'all see how that video was put out there? Y'all see how on this form we just looked at, it said alcohol level. What was it? Heavy. Okay. Y'all people the play. They know that that's on that form. That's part of a FOIA request when they sent that form out to show alcohol, knowing that they had not tested Nolan. So now they have to try to justify what's out there. So now let's bring in this Lucas character, because we ain't never heard his name. His mom and daddy probably don't know who that is. Now he's being sent out here to say, oh yeah, he was really messed up and drunk. Okay, I'm already peeping how they're moving. They're setting up the stage. Technically, Wyatt doesn't have a boat either. It belongs to Jerry. Did you know they just released a part? Oh, I want to see part 3. Okay, let's finish this one.
Had
Then we'll show
every
the other
last
video they want to watch.
opportunity to try to destroy 18-year-old Nolan Wells' image. And what he did not do is take it. And to me, that shows sign of care. That shows sign of love. That shows signs of, listen, something bad happened to my friend, but one thing that I'm not going to do is to come on here and to try to make his image look bad. And I know that he's no longer here on this earth.
That's right.
So whereas we didn't seen somebody recently come out and couldn't wait to seem like they wanted to try to shit on 18-year-old Nolan Wells' image, huh? What's the dude's name? Lucas Aviz. Lucas Aviz, right? That was his name, Aviz or something like that is how you pronounce it or something like that. Allegedly, he did an Inside Edition interview, and I still have yet to see the full interview that I would like to see, as I feel like that little motherfucker is lying. Did y'all listen to the way that he described everything about 18-year-old Nolan Wells? It sounded like he had a vendetta. It sounded like he had something against 18-year-old Nolan Wells. It sounded like he could not wait to spit on 18-year-old Nolan Wells' name and to try to say that that young man was out there drunk, was out there slurring over his words. He even went as far as to say that 18-year-old Nolan Wells was slow in his movements. He even went as far as to try to give an assumption to what he felt like happened to 18-year-old Nolan Wells. He tried to go ahead and offer the fact that he felt like he probably drowned. In my personal opinion, it would benefit somebody that has something foul to do with 18-year-old Nolan Wells and or knew something foul happened to 18-year-old Nolan Wells if they just ran with the story of 18-year-old Nolan Wells drowning. So therefore, it seems like he has an agenda. Oh, and don't forget who it is said that they claimed inside of that video, and they didn't say it specifically who exactly he went out to the island with, but it showed some people in the boat together with each other, but it did not show any images or anything like that of them taking any photos or any videos of them going to the island together with each other. No, what they did was they used B-roll. They even used B-roll to try to show drop-offs in the water. They didn't use the area where they were swimming. I would like to ask Lucas Aviz to go ahead and leak some of them videos and footages of you and 18-year-old Nolan Wells hanging out, and or of you and who you claim to come out to that island with, because I believe you showed Jay Vine inside of that B-roll in that Inside Edition clip. I'm pretty sure that I saw Jay Vine right there. So I would love to see some video footages and also some pictures of you and Jay Vine that y'all took that day on the 4th of July, allegedly. I also would like to know, what time was it that you saw 18-year-old Nolan Wells and where it seemed like he was just super messed up? Because from Warren's account, 18-year-old Nolan Wells was not all messed up. By me asking Ivy Elizabeth specifically, when Nolan gave you a hug, did he smell stronger alcohol or seem to be intoxicated to you? Or was he just loving, happy Nolan he was described as? No, he just seemed like happy-go-lucky Nolan. That's somebody that got all close up and personal with 18-year-old Nolan Wells, because I would say a hug would tell you if somebody has been drinking that bad. Time out. Wait a minute. We say that 18-year-old Nolan Wells is surrounded around all good friends and people that love him and care about him and such. Yes, there were strangers out there, but he was directly around people that supposedly loved him. So we know that altercation supposedly occurred around 4:01 p.m. that we saw that video from, and we heard Tracy Shepard allegedly say that 18-year-old Nolan Wells was just off the camera frame in the water. So are we to say that we just allow loving people and caring people that we care about and that we love oh so much to be all?
Oh, you know, he talks fast. Yes, it is what it is. Yes. For those of you who follow in the Romika Meeks case, I agree. That was so heartbreaking when she was on that ground too, reaching. Yes, and it does with that this other video. You have a very good point. Yeah. He has a valid point. Yes, I'm listening to him. I'm following. He talks fast too with it.
All drunk and fucked up and to be in the water by themselves because clearly nobody was in the water with 18-year-old Nolan Wells at that time? No, we don't do that. And also, no other claims has been that 18-year-old Nolan Wells was fucked up and or drunk. See, Tracy Shepard not even stated that out of his own mouth. Right. That I heard that him say. No, allegedly what Tracy Shepard said were, we were drinking from the morning time throughout the day. I didn't think he said specifically that 18-year-old Nolan Wells was fucked up. But Lucas Aviz described it as he was hammered. as if he has an agenda to make people want to believe that 18-year-old Nolan Wells was super messed up and fucked up, that he could have just stumbled upon his own feet and off of his feet and into that water. Remember, everybody, real quick, I'm just a man with an opinion. My opinion just so happened to make sense. Let's go back to Warren real quick. Now, another...
Okay, so I'm pausing here to show the other video. Shout out to official We Are Here with You. Okay, let me go to this other one. Okay, because I had two requests. One was for the young man that said he would reveal everything. Okay, and shout out to D Nina J on IG.
See it as they have one of two choices. One, they can make things right, or two, I leak everything. I leak everything. Yeah, I see it as they have one of two
other
choices.
Request was for the video
One,
that we showed. This trigger warning. There's no sound to this one, but allegedly they're saying this could have possibly been Nolan on the ground. There are boys circulating around him, looks to be taunting him as he's trying to get up and move. And he looked at the camera once and then turned his head. As I was saying earlier, someone came under my post when I had the still shot picture. They came underneath my post and they stated that this is a part of a longer video. And the person who came under the post said that they have a friend that has a daughter in Ocean Springs where a white boy has sent the video, the full video, and said that the guy in this video with the khaki shorts was kicking Nolan in the head and saying, "You think you better than us? You think you effing better than us, Nolan?" Allegedly. So I don't know, y'all. Let's put Lucas in the clip. Yes, okay. Hey, Catherine, welcome. It is possible that he was drinking. He may not usually drink and could have been intoxicated and defenseless to their attack in the video from earlier that day. Right. A lot of them were drinking, those teens. Right. All right. So now let's take a look at some of this other video. We heard that part 3 was out. Now let's clock some of the lies because we already know. Part 2, y'all, it wasn't even worth me even reacting to because they didn't really share too much.
Or any knowledge that you have that anybody deleted stuff from his phone.
I mean, Nolan was like a brother to me. Nolan lit up every room he walked in. 4th of July, everybody was out there. Nolan rode out on the Triton, and then we had a Palm Beach, 18 Palm Beach. There was 4 guys on that. The rest of the group, which was ranged from maybe 10 to 15 or 16 people on my buddy's tide line.
Yeah, so y'all pretty much having a good time. And then you guys get ready to leave prematurely.
Right.
And like, what? Explain that, because you guys got there around 10.
Yeah.
It's now 4:30.
Right.
People are still out there partying and
Correct.
they're having a good time, but something happened to where it necessitated you guys to get the boat up and running. Can you explain that?
Yeah. So I had a girl come up to me and say, "Hey, your brother just got in a fight." And obviously I have a younger brother, and that's who she was talking about. And I was freaked out. So I walked over to the beach, and I didn't walk over. I ran over. I made a beeline. I didn't talk to anybody, put my drink down and walked over there. And my brother was kind of angry, and, there was a lot going on, but someone was getting pulled away. I don't know who it was. And my brother was like, "Oh, I just got in a fight, and this guy punched me in the face," and I punched him right back. And then went to the ground, and my brother put him in an arm bar. And
was Nolan involved in any of this?
Absolutely not. When I was over there, it was a bunch of younger guys like my brother's age. And I mean, Nolan, I never saw Nolan over there.
Yeah.
Absolutely not. And, okay, sorry. I just lost my train of thought.
So you get ready to go. there's an issue with the boat.
Okay, yeah.
And this is
well,
what
yeah, this
ended
led up to that. That's what I was saying.
So the fight.
Well, my thing is, if you tell them the truth, you don't have to try to memorize it. Okay, that's my thing. If you tell them the truth, child, now if you're trying to go with a script in your mind and trying to remember your lines, that's when you can get off. Okay, just tell the truth. Then just roll off your tongue. Yeah, his brother got into a fight. I'm trying to figure out too. Okay, we need a name. We got another character. Oh my gosh. So Warren's brother got into a fight. Okay, so we heard about all this fighting out there. No, Warren didn't go to the funeral. Okay, so yeah.
It happened with your brother or a little scuffle. You know, I'm assuming that it was cleared up.
Right.
You got your brother out of that situation, and then how did you find out that this boat is sinking?
Well, I walk back over, and like we're probably around each other for a little bit. I mean, you know, I wasn't thinking anything about it. I pulled my brother off the beach, and I was just like, listen, get in the water, hang out with us, calm down. I mean, he was calm, but I didn't want anything else to happen, you know? And
did y'all catch that? I think that was a wrestling move. Yes. He did say his brother put. So look, I think y'all, because I'm trying to think back to, well, where did we hear this? Was it the guy, Breezy, that video? There may be some truth to that video. I think we looked at that this weekend when he didn't say who did. He said a guy put Trayston, they got into it. And the guy was like getting the best of Trayston and had him underwater. I don't know if y'all remember that part. And was like getting the best of him, having him under the water, and while they were fighting. And so Trayston, they were trying to get him up out of there, and said he got on the boat. He looked back. He said his boys had his back. You know, they were trying to defend him. So he was like, no, take me back, because he hadn't gotten enough. I don't know if y'all remember that. So now I'm trying to see if the one who was beating up Trayston was that Warren's brother. Anybody remember that part? Let's see. Javon said Trayston was in a fight. Yes. But the whole part that I was talking about, he was dunking somebody under the water, holding him under the water like he was getting the best of him. I think that may have been allegedly Warren's brother. Okay, so Ray, thank you. I ain't crazy. Okay, so Ray remembers that part too. So is that a move? It's an MMA move? Uh-oh. See, now we got these. See, you got these guys fighting. Some of them know the MMA stuff. Okay, so thank you for putting that in the chat. That's the same person. So can you imagine Nolan? Yes, he know both sides. So he trying to protect them both. Exactly. He was probably trying to keep the peace between them. Okay, so you remember it too, Candy Girl Pink? Okay, Mama Magazine does too. Kiki was here. I don't know why I keep trying to call you KK today. I need my glasses, girl. The anonymous dude said that on Secret Sam's page, that when he said focus on Nolan's ride home. Focus on Nolan's ride home. Okay, they got pissed off Nolan for taking sides. Here we go. Okay, so now we have some context to this. Okay, see, this is why we can watch it. Although all the other stuff, we know they be lying and stuff. But hey, some stuff we can see what's the truth.
So once I got back over to the boat, I got on the Triton, and the Triton had probably about 6 inches of water up to the transom. And I was freaked out because
it's another guy on Facebook.
Good friends with Wyatt, and that was his boat. And, you know, no water's coming out, no access water's coming out. And, you know, it was a big issue because I think the reason was because there were so many people getting on and off the boat. And at some point, the boat was very, very crowded. And there was just a lot of people on, so that it drags water in. And eventually, I think over time, we were out there for a couple hours. The boat just started filling up with water. So I popped the starboard side hatch, and the battery was completely underwater. And so the motor wouldn't trim down. I mean, my buddy would go to trim it down from the console, and it'd trim down, and then it'd come right back up. And so Wyatt's trying to throw a rear anchor So we're caught, and he's, yelling at people. Everybody's kind of freaking out. And eventually I'm like yelling at other people, trying to tell them, calm down. Like, the boat could possibly sink, and I'm not paying attention to everyone around me. I was paying attention to my buddy's boat. And that's what all my other friends that were on that boat were doing, trying to solve the problem.
So you're on the boat now. The water's getting up to the point where the boat may be disabled to where you couldn't get it out from Horn Island. So what happens after that?
Wyatt jumps to the water, tries to throw a rear anchor, and my buddy Meyer, you're sitting looking, trying to pull trash out the bilge. And the bilge is basically a pump that pulls the excess water out the boat. So the bilge was failing to work. So any excess water was just sitting in the boat. It wasn't getting pumped out. And I looked over the gunnel and I looked at the release hole for the bilge, and it was even with the water. So, we're all freaking out. All of our, we're not focused on anything else other than the boat. Well, then eventually my buddy Bart on the tide line is like, I'm going to pull y'all out to where we're out of all this, all this chaos. Cause we left at 4:30 and there were still just as many people there, if not more than when we got there. Probably around the same amount. It was crazy. Like there was a lot of people. And,
right.
Eventually Bart pulls us out. We left at 4:30, but we really weren't pulled out away from everybody. We were probably about a quarter mile out, and we had the towing strap pulled from, Bart's port side cleat or starboard side cleat, and he was on our starboard side bow. And so it was rubbing on his power pole. So Bart turned around, pulled up next to our boat, and we were just trying to get it situated. So that's when Wyatt called Sea Tow. And Wyatt was like, calls them, because the cell service isn't great.
Okay. So y'all, that may be Wyatt that we're hearing on the call, the dispatch call. Because he said Wyatt decided to call for the Sea Tow. Okay, so that may be. So Bart, possibly pull their boat. So now we can kind of match up some of the stuff he's saying with what was on the dispatch call earlier. Is this the same story? Yes, Bart. It's the dispatch call. So Wyatt has a boat. Bart has a boat. There's 2 boats involved. Yes, but it's 3. I don't know who the Palm Beach belongs to, because he said it was 3 boats. One is a Palm Beach boat too. The lawyer told him to tell your story, but don't mention names. He slipped up saying Bart. Yes, and he just said Wyatt's name too. Okay, so Delta Root said, Wyatt granddad is Jerry, so that's Wyatt. Yes, I think now that he said who called, now we can put a name to that caller. Okay, now we can put a name to the caller. Ooh, that's gonna make him look dumb. Ooh. We've been talking about him. I think that's Wyatt on that dispatch. Yes. Wow.
Right at the island, but once you can use your phone, but stuff might not just send, and it's not great. You got maybe 1 bar, it won't work that well. But once you get a little off the island, you have cell coverage, and even on the island, like I called my mom when we were on the island. It was fine. Like we had enough cell coverage to make a phone call or shoot a text over, but you don't have enough cell coverage to like send a picture, for example. So what?
So I want to go back.
Wait a second. You got enough? I didn't know it distinguishes between a picture and a text. Have y'all ever heard of that? They need to match the Sea Tow call to what he is saying in his interview and see if he's lying about times, because they released this video before Plunder did last night. Oh, got you. Shout out to Caramel Shell for the super chat and for being a sponsor. She said, didn't he say in part 1 that he wasn't on the same boat with them? I think he was. I thought he was originally on the boat, the Tide Line with Bart, where it had like 16 people. I thought that's the boat he said he was on. Wyatt doesn't own his boat. His brother Eli's doesn't own his brother Eli's boat. He said he went to his friend grandparents' house earlier in the clip. Yes. That's where they all lunch from. The truth is real close to getting out. We just got to pay attention. Right, the Queens did. They canceled because Bart came through. Oh, possibly. Come on now. Thank you, the highest point. Yeah, Wyatt was the caller. His name and everything, Queen Shailene. I mean, we hearing a lot more Wyatt than Warren. So what has he got going on? Yeah, have y'all heard that? I ain't never heard it got enough to send a text, but you can't send a picture. I have never heard of that. Look, you're not gonna be able to send nothing.
I want to touch on that real quick because the phone thing came up at some point. And so was it when you guys got off the boat?
Yeah.
I mean, were people taking their phones off the boat, or is that not typical? Because I know that Nolan's phone was left on the boat,
right?
Even though after you guys had left. So can you explain that? Because I think people need to understand this a little clearer.
Yeah.
Was it typical for people to have their phones left on boats, or did they keep their phones in the water? Or?
Yeah. I mean, everybody kind of goes out to the island to get away from, their phones and everything else. I know I got on the boat to get away from, just the regular world. And no, when you're waist deep in water, no one's carrying their phone in their hand. Especially at Horn Island, the water has been very, very murky because of the rain. And
it's so easy to become a podcaster with Riverside. First, go to Riverside and open an account. When you're ready to record,
it's just very risky. If you're gonna have your phone in the water, some people might for a couple minutes and like maybe taking some pictures of each other. I know a lot of girls like to take pictures in the water at Horn Island. Guys do too. Like people like to take pictures, and but a lot of the pictures you see are on the boat for a reason. And so, no, I mean, if someone is on their phone in the water, they're using it real quick and then putting it right back on the boat. We were all waist deep in water. No one's sitting there scrolling on their phone. I never saw that once. And I've never seen that once. And I've been out the Highland my whole life. I mean, that's just not something people do. People aren't on their phones. And everybody has their phone, yes.
Objection. Okay, come on now. We got to start bringing that back. Child, because we catching too many lies. Okay, Officer House Ninja is leading the witness. And also another lie just caught him in. If you look at the pictures, the videos that we've been seeing of people out there on Horn Island that day, there are people in the water with their phones, taking pictures, doing videos. Somebody, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's a lot. I don't know what his point is in this line of questioning. Like, where is he going? I would say relevance, sir. Like, what's the relevance? I don't care about all of this. Like, what happened that day to Nolan? Okay. How are you getting away from the world when one of them said it was 300 people on the island? Yeah, then they said it was boats and rows of boats, and it was 300, it was 1,000. They just throwing numbers out here. Okay, so it was plenty of people. We get the point. Okay, we get the point. It was plenty of phones. How is this going? Where are we going? Okay, quit leading the witness, and we need relevance, sir.
But it's always on the boat. No one's getting off the boat with their phone. So,
and so you guys get ready to leave out of there, getting towed out.
Yeah.
And then where is Nolan in this situation?
Well, Nolan was, the last time I saw Nolan was 3:00, and Nolan was cradling a girl in his arms, Katie, Katie. And Katie, Nolan was sitting there, and the last time I saw him, I looked at Nolan, and Nolan was like shaking his head, laughing, and I was like, dude, you crazy. I was like just joking with him. And but anyway, Nolan, that was the last time I laid eyes on him. But when we were leaving, obviously, no one is getting left at the island that came with us unless they demanded to, be there and asked, this is a very common thing at Horn Island. When you're out there, a lot of people ride out there with someone and in with somebody else all the time. I've done that 100 times. It's a very common thing, but Nolan was sitting by the boat with that Katie girl, and my buddy yelled for Nolan, get on the boat. We're leaving. The boat's having issues. And Like, no, he didn't say that, but he was panicking. Nolan, get the F on the boat. Get on the boat. And Nolan said, no, I'm staying out here. I'm going to ride in with somebody else. And it's not uncommon to hear, but it's not like my buddy asked him one time. My buddy asked Nolan multiple times to get on the boat. Nolan, get on the boat. Get on the boat. We're leaving. If you're coming, you got to come now. And Nolan made a decision to stay out on the island. And like he said, you know.
How many people heard that? Were there just,
at least
just a
5
few, or?
I mean, everyone that was on our boat right there, because the Palm Beach had already left. My buddy went ahead and went home on the Palm Beach, and 3 guys on the way back. And Nolan wasn't the only person to ride out there with us and in with somebody else. I mean, we had multiple people in our group that rode out with us and rode in on someone else's boat. And that, like I said, that's not an uncommon thing to do. You know, I mean, a lot of people do that. I could name probably 50 people out there that day that ran out with somebody and ran back in with somebody else. So, I mean, it's not like it's an uncommon thing, but it's not like we just left him there, or my friends just left him there. Nolan made a decision to stay on the island after my friends asked him multiple times and told him to get on the boat, and he decided to stay.
And I heard
Okay, I want to know who that friend was, which friend. Also, Ray, this was my question as well. Okay, did y'all know about the bilge pump before getting on the water and leaving? Or I thought that was later on that y'all noticed that y'all had an issue. So I'm not understanding. And Nolan rode in on the Triton. So I didn't think that Nolan and Warren were on the same boat. You see what I'm saying? So it seemed like he would have went back on the other boat because they didn't ride down there together, because Warren said he was riding on the tide line. So why are they trying to get him onto that boat? He was talking, to Nolan crazy. And was it some type of disagreement when he said his brother was in this fight? And we don't know if it seemed like it was the one with Tristan. Okay. Was there some type of conflict now where Nolan was like, I don't want to go back with y'all? You know, maybe, there was some argument because he's trying to step in, maybe help. And he didn't feel comfortable going back with them. And they trying to force him to get on their boat. Like, that's a question and wondering that I have, I would have asked him, because it made me think about what Javon said. When Javon said about, I forgot the time he said, one thing he said when they got there, Nolan told him that he loved him. That seemed out of place. Okay. I don't know why he said that. But then he said later on, he went to go check on Nolan, which made me think, well, what was wrong with Nolan? Why are you saying it like that you had to go check on Nolan? So was he upset? Was he possibly hurt? Was there an argument? He never specified. So I'm wondering, was he feeling some type of way because he didn't want to get on the boat with them during that time? Wyatt didn't ask. He screamed at Nolan. Yeah, he probably was screaming. Wait, if you're on islands and the boat is having issues, why not wait and call tow? Because you're safer on land, because why risk boat sinking? Exactly. That part. Okay, that part. Katie said that Nolan went and got on the boat. See, that's what I'm saying. So it's like a he said, she said. How many of those other people showed up on the live? People don't realize how big the island is. Yeah, what friend was that? I want to know. It's 3 p.m. It just sounds like trying to say things to go against what has been being said. They've been listening to the different lives and stuff. Yeah, they're trying to tailor their answers and the things they're putting out to what we're saying, pretty much. How did they end up back at Horn Island? Because they called Cito from there. Right. We're not crazy. In this video, I thought I heard him say he was on the Triton and they were having issues and started telling Nolan to get on the boat. That was the story. That was the story that we were hearing in the beginning. But I'm wondering if that's true. I wonder that. I seen the whole picture and Nolan is face down. Yeah. Now, I don't know what time that was and what You know what I'm saying? Like, when did all of that allegedly happen? Shout out to Cameron Shell for the super chat and for being a sponsor. She said Tristan lied and said it was him. See, it was Nolan. You mean the Tristan guy? Well, I think that is still possibly true that he got into a fight with Warren's brother. I feel that there was, because remember the girl said, or I ain't gonna say girl because I don't know who it was, but the anonymous person with the whole pool party story said when they were at the island, remember this part, that Wyatt and Nolan got into an altercation. She didn't say, or they didn't say fight, physical fight, but altercation, because they put it in quotation marks. So I'm wondering, was it Nolan and Wyatt kind of got into an argument and he didn't feel comfortable going back with them? Hey, Cake Splash. Near the boat, not on the island. He sounds so gullible. First of all, he was to come out and say negative things about Nolan, it would make him look worse in the situation. Yes, definitely.
The girl that he was with, Katie, had text somebody that she heard people yelling for Nolan to get on it. Is that true?
And I have a picture of that. She texted my buddy, and the next day everybody was panicking and everybody's texting Katie, you know, because she was obviously seen with Nolan the whole day at the island. Katie sent a message to my buddy the next day and said, you know, this is the last time I saw him, you know, he's really sweet. But she also mentioned that the last time she saw Nolan was when my buddy was yelling at him to get on the boat. And she was right there to see that Nolan decided not to.
And so you guys get in the boat, you start to get towed in, and you make it back. Now explain how did you get to the point where you were concerned about Nolan? Because obviously you said, hey, Nolan, y'all need to, or somebody, not
when
you,
did I get
but
to that point?
You guys had made mention Nolan need to get on a boat. He didn't. You guys get back to wherever you're going. Explain that. Did you guys go back to somebody's house, or you guys like what happened there? And then when did you feel like, well, wait a minute, where's Nolan?
Right. Okay. Well, running in was very chaotic. I mean, Nolan chose to stay on the island, so my focus wasn't on anything else other than the boat, you know, because if the boat doesn't get in, then no one gets in. You know, I don't want to sink out there on my buddy's boat, and no one does. But my buddy Wyatt jumped out and pulled the plug on the boat once we kind of got out there, because he got the motor to trim down, and the motor trimmed down. My buddy Wyatt pulled the plug, and we planed off. We moved all the weight to the front of the boat so we could plane off, and eventually we planed off, and the boat was running. So when you're planed off and you have water in the boat and you're hauling, you know, we're going pretty fast. We're going probably 40, 42 miles an hour. And so all that excess water that was built up in the boat is coming out of the boat. So, I mean, that's what we had to do. So we ran into Fort Bayou, and we didn't just run straight to my buddy's grandparents' house. We ran into Fort Bayou. A couple of us jumped in the water, and Wyatt, like, the whole reason for the stop was so Wyatt could hop in and put the plug back in the boat. So then after that, we went and docked it, and I went back to my buddy's house, and we ate and, you know, napped for a little bit. It was a long day at the island, so, you know, we were all tired. And eventually we go over to a girlfriend of mine. She was having people over for 4th of July. We were doing like fireworks and stuff. So we all went over there to swim and, you know, hang out. And
this infamous picture that I've seen online of Nolan in the water in the swimming pool.
Yeah.
Where is this picture associated with? Because you said you guys went back to swim. Nolan wasn't with you.
Yeah.
So where's this picture at? Like, what's the context around that picture that's been floating?
That picture is taken on June 27th, a week before the 4th of July. We all went to a friend of ours in Pass Christian. We have a lot of friends from Bay St. Louis, Pass Christian.
Oh, so now he's saying that picture was not taken that day either. Oh, Lord, so we got another picture that wasn't taken that day. What? Or is he talking about the pool party one? My daughter came in here and asked me something. Hold on, y'all. I got to see which one. I don't want to get it wrong, because I'm like, tell me he's not talking about the one with the shorts, because that's the same color shorts. Okay. She said hopped in alligator water. Okay. Hey, Beauty Forever. That makes sense. Oh, and maybe that's why Javon went to check on him, because he had an incident with Wyatt and he didn't want to ride back with them because it seemed like the others are more of Wyatt's friends. Exactly. That's what I'm wondering. Now he is trying to explain all the back and forth trips. Yes. Okay, so he's saying that wasn't that day, the pool party. Got it. I don't think it matters what these friends say, in my opinion. I don't think people are going to believe them anyway. Who the F is your buddy Warren? Right, we're trying to read between the lines. Katie and Warren's story don't match. See, this is where we're having conflicts right here, because he's going to continue to say, we weren't there, it was Katie. Katie has already came out and talked to the mom. We ain't heard nothing else from Katie saying no, he went with the boys. Well, at this point, no one else is saying that Nolan went with them. We're stuck right here. Okay, we're stuck. If Katie's putting the blame on Warren and the boys, Warren's putting the blame on Katie and the boys, bring them all in, because somebody was supposed to have had Nolan on there. And y'all not going to tell me everybody left that island and not a one person took Nolan with them. Y'all can't make me believe that. Okay, that's not making sense. Yeah, y'all were going 100 miles per hour. Exactly. This is the one that was in the video filming and dancing over Nolan with the sunglasses. Well, I'm trying to figure out who that was, because they had on some khaki shorts. So it went from they never knew Katie to them texting her asking about Nolan. Exactly. Right. I know people, but I told y'all, didn't I say there's a connection there between the friend groups? Tristan and Javon are Facebook friends with Katie. Katie knows these boys. I don't care what they say. Okay. Now, I don't know how close they are, but it's not like they didn't know her like that. You see what I'm saying? Now it's a he said, she said. Who's this person? No, they went with, no, y'all lying. Somebody knows something. They jumped in the water where the alligators are. I live on the coast in an area where there are alligators, and we never get in the water in those areas. Exactly. He is lying about that. They had his phone. That's who he left with. Right. Wyatt. It was in Wyatt's truck. We're going to go with Wyatt. Okay. Because, I mean, my thing is, what links Nolan to Katie? If you think about this, if his phone was in Wyatt's truck, how did it get there? We still haven't gotten to that part. How did his phone get in Wyatt's truck? Because if he left with Katie, then it would have been with him either on a boat or on the sand somewhere. Maybe he would have forgotten it there. I could see if that was possible, but we still stuck that his phone was in Wyatt's truck. We stuck over there. So it's on y'all, okay? Because y'all got his phone.
Y'all went over there to hang out, and
and Nolan was in that picture.
Nolan was in that picture. And if you look in the picture, my arm is around Nolan in that picture, and I mean, that was a week before the 4th of July. So that picture is not associated within even the same. I mean, that was like a week before. So, yeah.
So you guys are now at swimming and having a good time at a lady friend's house.
Right. I never got to the pool. I talked to her dad for a while, and I mean, all my friends were downstairs. I went upstairs, talked to her dad. We were talking about boats and stuff, and I've been with my friends all day. I was just talking to everybody.
I think they're related. I think they're really good friends. Shout out to Sophisticated Luxury by Liz for the gems. Thank you so much. And thank you for being a sponsor for today's live. All of his lives are making my hair turn gray. Right, Shawana. Girl, I'm trying to sit here and figure it out. Like, trying to keep up with this phone. Feel like I'm in the classroom. I got to keep up with this phone. I'm trying to keep up with this boat. I'm trying to keep up with who on which boat, whose grandparents. This too much. I see why the investigators gave up. Okay, this is a lot. They need to be paying us a salary at this point. This is a lot. Maybe his phone was on the boat and they pulled off with it. Then it got back to the truck. But, okay, I could see that. If it was the Triton, because that's the boat that he went on. I could kind of see that if it was the Triton. And see, I'm confused because now unless Warren switched boats, because Warren said he was riding with Bart, which was on the tide line. So I don't know. I'm still thinking that through. I think Khaki Boy is Wyatt. He was still angry with Nolan, and he was the one kicking Nolan on the beach. I'm gonna have to find a picture of him because I think they have shared his picture before. So I'm gonna have to look into that. Shout out to Sophisticated Luxury by Liz again and again and again. Thank you so much. I appreciate all of the support. Okay, let's go.
But
so you talked to the young lady's dad, and then how long was it before you realized, or you guys realized that, well, where's Nolan at?
I mean, I went back downstairs, and all my friends were just hanging out, and my buddy Wyatt had addressed, talking about Nolan, and I was like, well, where is Nolan? Have y'all heard from him? And he was like, no, we haven't. And I was like, okay, well, it's a little concerning. Like, I mean, I'm not freaking out or anything, but like, I'm trying to find out where Nolan is. So I texted Javon, and I was like, hey, and also a couple other buddies that I had at the island. I was like, hey, have y'all seen Nolan? Did he ride in with y'all?
Answer Javon. Here we go. Because we've been waiting to hear this connection. Oh my gosh, we got a connection. Remember, I told y'all we got to try to figure out if there's a connection. Bam, he just said it. He texted Javon. I knew that they had to have known each other like that because I was like, okay, if Nolan was supposed to go on this boat with these guys, but we know his stuff was over here with these guys, what is the connect? Who is the connect? He's now telling us that he contacted Javon. We getting somewhere now, y'all. Get them pens, okay? Come on now. We getting somewhere now because I think we're gonna make some more connections with this as far as how Javon them found out that he was missing. Possibly that's when it made Jalen said that he went looking for Nolan for hours on the 4th. Okay, has he gotten to a time? Like, what time at this point is he asking about where is Nolan? Did he ever say a time? Now pay attention. If they said repeatedly to come and Nolan said, no, I'm good. Why didn't Nolan get his phone off the boat? Javon even got his phone off the boat. Clock it, Delta Roots. Yes, very good point. And also, okay, that's a very good point. Not only his phone, but where were his things that he came down there? Because he's not going to tell y'all to go ahead and go. He doesn't have a bag. He doesn't have any food. There are no restaurants there. Okay, so he didn't get any of his stuff. That's suspicious to me. Okay, that's suspicious to me. Now we getting somewhere. Come on. Okay, because I was waiting to hear who does Javon know. And lo and behold, Warren is starting to put some names on it. See, Javon, you flashing that watch and stuff. Okay, child, look, let's keep going. Let me rewind just a little. Let's keep going.
And I was like, okay, well, it's a little concerning. Like, I mean, I'm not freaking out or anything, but like, I'm trying to find out where Nolan is. So I texted Javon, and I was like, hey, and also a couple other buddies that I had at the island. I was like, hey, have y'all seen Nolan? Did he ride in with y'all? And all the buddies were like, no. Well, I texted Javon, and I was like, hey, can you send me Miss Christine's number? Because I haven't heard from Nolan. And if she hasn't heard from Nolan, then I'm calling the Coast Guard. And so eventually Javon sends me her number.
Who is her? That's
Miss Christine.
Miss Christine is
Nolan's mom.
Nolan's mom.
Yeah.
What?
And
wait a minute. Did y'all hear that? Oh my gosh. Javon, if this is true, we're going to say allegedly. Javon already knew that Nolan was missing before Warren contacted her, allegedly, if what he's saying is true. Because check this out, this part's probably not a lie. The reason why I say it's probably not a lie is he's already admitted on part 1 that he never went over to Nolan's house. he never really formally met his parents. So I was wondering, I think some of y'all were wondering, well, how did he get Christine's number to call her to say Nolan was missing? Okay, I'm gonna rewind it.
Trying to find out where Nolan is. So I texted Javon and I was like, hey, and also a couple other buddies that I had at the island. I was like, hey, have y'all seen Nolan? Did he ride in with y'all? And all the buddies were like, no. Well, I texted Javon and I was like, hey, can you send me Miss Christine's number? Because I haven't heard from Nolan. And if she hasn't heard from Nolan, then I'm calling the Coast Guard. And so eventually Javon sends me her number.
Who is her? That's
Miss Christine.
Miss Christine is
Nolan's mom.
Nolan's mom. Okay.
Yeah. And I walked down to the dock because, I mean, there was a lot of people at Ava's. Not a lot, but, you know, there was probably 15 of our friends there. And I was just like, walked down to the dock with a couple of my buddies. And I got on the phone I called Miss Christine, called her the first time. She didn't answer. I called her a second time. And I got on the phone with her and I asked her if she had heard from Nolan. She said no. And I said, all right, well, don't freak out. I'm going to call the Coast Guard. And this was at about 11 o'clock.
So what's your intent in calling the Coast Guard, right? Because right now.
Oh my gosh, y'all. So how did so somebody brought the point, you know, how did Javon know his friend's mom's number? If not, Javon could have got Christine's number from his mom. Oh my gosh. Shut the door. They knew what was the master plan. But Javon was out with his girlfriend and Jalen had been searching for hours. Come on, Phenomenal Scorpio. Okay, like this is, wait a minute. And he put names on it. So look, hey, Javon, you gonna do another posters or what? Because, hey, we need to know your side of this. Javon was probably texting Nolan and figured something was wrong and noticed he wasn't responding. But Warren is saying he reached out to Javon and asked, have y'all seen Nolan? Because maybe he was thinking that Nolan was supposed to come back with them. Okay? And so then he's saying that he got Miss Christine's number from Javon. So does Javon, because I know he's grown up with Nolan, then would he have it? Or did he have to call his mom to get his friend's number? Why wouldn't Javon make that call? Thank you. Because the way we were hearing it is Warren, because Christine has said this. She has said this part. So I can't call him a lie on this. She said Warren called her. She did say Warren did call her. Okay. She also said, I guess after that call, that's when she looked at the Life 360. She said that the phone was showing that Nolan was on land and his phone was all over the place. Then she said she contacted Tashima and the boys were with her. Now, here we go right here. Now saying that what Warren is saying is true, then why did y'all not tell? And I said this the other day when I said Jalen was saying he had been out looking for Nolan for hours on the fort. I said, well, if that's true, why wouldn't you have told Christine that when she called y'all and y'all's mom called y'all? Because first we were hearing it like the boys were with Tashima. Then on the interview, she said she had to call Javon because he was with his girlfriend. And then she had to call her other son, Jalen. He was downtown somewhere. But if y'all knew that he was missing, y'all should have said something then. Okay? That's when y'all should have contacted her, not her having to contact y'all, because it appears as though Warren called her and he had to get her number from Javon. I don't know if Javon had it inside of his phone or what. Okay? I'm only going with the stuff that I can kind of put together that has been stated. I'm going by Miss Christine has stated publicly that Warren did contact her. How did he get her number? Because he said he never hung over there. Christina said she hasn't met these guys. That you know, the only ones, Javon and Jalen, because they grew up with Nolan. She said that these guys kind of came along in high school. So those points do coincide. You see what I'm saying? So we got to go with, yeah, I don't want to call out saying everything he's saying is a lie. I can't do that because I'm going with some stuff that even his mom has said. You see what I'm saying? So now that does make sense though. How did he get Nolan's mom's phone number? Is a very good point. Okay, now another way he could have gotten it. Now, Jake, that's why I say Javon gonna have to counter this. I mean, he can if he wants to. Is it would have been a Nolan's phone, and Nolan's phone was in Wyatt's truck. Okay, so if we're gonna call him a lie, then maybe that's another way. Let me see what y'all saying. Those boys are trying to blame everyone else. Javon did not go with them. Yes, Javon did. Yes. They said he was a part of the group. It was 3 boats. Okay. Now he wasn't on the boat. This is when they first went to Horns Island. Okay. Now, not necessarily after, but down there. And Javon has said from his own interview that they were going on the boats and Nolan was supposed to get on the same boat, but his boat filled up. That's how he tells it. But some people say, no, it was the other way around. Look, regardless, they weren't on the same boat going down there. Okay. So these boys, I've been trying to figure out the connect. So now it appears as though Warren must know Javon's phone number. Okay. Yes, she did, but she didn't say he said any of what he just said about calling the Coast Guards or anything. Yeah, I'm not talking about that part. I'm talking about the part where she said he did call her. Yes, that part. Let's see, where the phone the child had to go to Horn Island to get it. Yeah, that's what Tashima said when she went over there to get that phone. Okay. He probably didn't call the mom right away because he wasn't sure if he was missing or if he was still hanging out. Yeah, I don't know what time. I don't have any time stamps. So why would Christine have to call Tashima? And if Tashima truly called Javon, why wouldn't he mention the call from Warren? Oh, right, that part. If this is true. Okay, we're saying if, allegedly, this is true. We're just thinking it through, y'all. Okay. You think they were scared? Yes, she said that. Okay. Javon and Jalen going to end up taking the fall if they don't start talking. Okay, come on now. He put names on it. He has to respond to this because Warren got him out here looking suspect. Ooh, but what else makes them look suspect is Jalen's post makes them look suspect. Okay, that also makes them look suspect. Like they already knew what had happened. Like saying this, but I wonder if Javon's mom deleted those messages trying to protect Javon the way she nudged him. I don't know. A lot of people are starting to say that. I've seen that in multiple comments. Yes. Like when she went to get the phone, did they delete any of those messages or Snapchats? I'm still trying to figure out if after Warren contacted Christine, when she looked on Life 360, did it ping to where it was going to where the boys were, Tashima and them were, okay, or her boys? I mean, I'm still trying. Only Christine could answer this. You see what I'm saying? Because I don't want to put it out there like that's what happened. But all I remember her saying is I called my friend Tashima because if you're now knowing that your son is missing and you're seeing his phone pinging, wouldn't that have been a moment like how she had sent her husband to get the keys? Wouldn't it be like, oh, babe, look, his phone is here. But what prompted her to call Tashima? Like something still resonates with me is, did it ping somewhere where she would have thought it was at Tashima's? I keep going back to that. Now, I could be wrong because I don't know if she specifically said what led her to call her, to ask her that, I don't know. Or maybe it was just because they were out there that day. It could be that. I think Warren playing chess as well. Warren and Tristan are covering for Wyatt, and Javon is covering for Tristan. Was Javon on the Triton going back to land? That part, I don't know. We never found out which boats they used to get off the other boys. Why didn't Christine go get the phone herself? That part, I still don't know either. Yeah, the call record's not going to lie. And I don't like that he didn't respond or speak until now. So he basically came out to redirect everything. Yeah, we can see that. He wanted to go back out there so he knew what was going on. Javon's mother went to get the phone. Yes. Okay, let's see what else he says after this part.
Nolan could be with a chick. He could be with somebody else.
Right.
He could have gone back with somebody else. What made you concerned enough that you felt like you couldn't weigh it out anymore? You had to call the Coast Guard.
Well, I mean, like I said, my friends and I have been on the water our whole life. Stuff happens. People die all the time. I know people that have died out there. And, you know, it's a fun place to be, but it's also a very, very dangerous place to be if you're not handling it right. And Nolan, so I hadn't heard from him. And obviously, I'm thinking I'd way rather be safe than sorry. I mean, I would rather call the Coast Guard 100 times and lose my mind over it, my buddy be okay, than, you know, not, and I, you know, me not know where he is and him not be okay. And so I called the Coast Guard and I talked to them on the phone for like 20 minutes, gave him a description, what Nolan was wearing, the last place we were at, the last time I saw him, who were we with, what boat we were on, the conditions of the water, just, you know, just a summary. And I called Miss Christine back after and I talked to her and I said, I got in contact with the Coast Guard. I'm not sure who she called or, you know, what she did, but I think she said she was going to make a couple phone calls to either DMR or Jackson County Sheriff's Office. And I mean, yeah, I was thinking worst case scenario. Like, I mean, you know, I would way rather be safe than sorry about this, you know?
Yeah. So you called. So it seems like you called Mom immediately.
Right.
Probably the first phone call that she got from anybody.
That's the first phone call, like at least I made. And I would assume that's the first phone call she got from anybody because Javon hadn't called her. And, you know, there's nothing wrong with that, but Javon hadn't called her. And, I mean, I was just worried about my friend, you know, stuff happens out there, boat problems, it could be anything. But, I mean, there's a lot of stuff that.
He's trying to get y'all see, y'all people he doing. I'm clocking it. He trying to be like, yeah, but Javon didn't call her, you know, it's our friend or whatever. He trying to be the good guy. Okay. And they are now switching it and gonna make Javon look like the bad guy. We peeping this in real time. Okay. He's trying to take all the attention off of him, either put it on Katie or Javon. Okay, so what do we know about the fight again? I heard y'all earlier playing with the idea, Nolan having two sets of friends and he was in the middle. Yes, Verb, yes. So Warren's brother was getting into a fight and we're trying to put that together with Tristan and that maybe Nolan was trying to get in between the friend groups, the friends to try to, calm them down and stuff like that. So I don't know if it was some words exchanged, but then in the pool picture, not the picture, but the post, they said on there, the anonymous person said that Wyatt and Nolan had gotten into an altercation, an argument there. So I don't know if he was feeling some type of way after that and did not want to get back on the boat with them, allegedly. I do remember Javon saying that he went to go check on Nolan and he said the boat had already left. Now, I don't know if he's trying to say that Nolan had got on that boat. And I think that was in that TMZ interview. I'm going to have to go back and look at that. If he was making it look like Nolan had already gotten on the boat and they had already left. Okay, so that's something to consider as well. We're going back and forth who Nolan left with. Okay. Oh my God, this is a lot. He putting it up. He trying to make himself look like the nice guy and make Javon now look like the bad guy. I'm already peeping where this is going. Okay, right, exactly. Javon better pawn that. Girl, not gonna pawn the watch to get some counsel. Okay, either he better pawn the watch or he better go and tell the truth and get 125,000. But remember, it better be for arrests and convictions. Okay, you got to show them enough proof of it. So if y'all got any Snapchat evidence, any text messages, child, get it together and go expeditiously to the police. Don't forget to go to Ben Crump and his team. Also, okay, we gotta have that level of accountability because Mississippi, the way they moving, child, don't just go there. You got to go to both of them. Get ahead of it because, child, this was released today. Okay, he already trying to turn the people against you and Katie. So y'all better get it together, get some lawyers, and try to fix this. Okay, go tell the truth. They've been doing this for years. I always try to put us against each other. This is an old tactic they did back in the day. They all need to be pulled in for questioning at the same time so they can go back and forth between them when they point at the other person. Yes, he is setting the play up on Javon and Jalen. Yes. Yep. I'm starting to feel like some of these boys are innocent and some are guilty and some only know bits and pieces of what happened and they are trying to piece it together just like us. Hey, C-Note, welcome. Okay, let's see what else.
Habits out there, and I was just worried about my friend.
And so you guys made that call, nothing that night, and I'm assuming you wake up the next day, and then what happens?
I wake up the next day at about 7:30, and my dad had texted me because obviously Nolan's photo was all over Facebook, and I just saw it everywhere, and I was freaked out because I was like, oh my gosh, like that, I assumed, Nolan's just, we had been drinking all day and like, that he's just sleeping somewhere and, that he's okay. But I didn't want to believe that if we didn't know for sure. So, I mean, next day I woke up and my stepdad walked to my room and he said, hey, like, have they heard anything about Nolan? Like, what's going on? Because I hadn't spoke to him. And he was like, I was like, yeah, no, like, I don't know. I had just gotten up and he was like, all right, well, we're going and getting on the boat and looking for him. And I was like, okay, yeah. So I got my buddy Ricky, I got my buddy Brooks, I got my buddy Jax. My mom came on the boat with my stepdad and I, and we all went out there and looked. When I got out there, there was
just you, building your app on Base 44.
Dozens of DMR boats, helicopters, planes flying over Horn Island. And this wasn't just Horn Island. There was also Ship Island they were looking at, I'm sure, and Chandelier Island, Petty Boy. I mean, it wasn't just Horn Island specifically, but where I was at Horn, there were boats everywhere, and not just like random boats, but like, marine resource boats and, cops and, the whole nine. Like, it wasn't like there was just a couple boats looking for Nolan. There was planes and helicopters and, everybody. So.
And then after this, obviously they didn't find Nolan that day.
Right.
And so what was your reaction like when you heard the news, or how did you hear the news that they found Nolan's body?
Well, the next day, it got to be about 1:00 on July 5th. And I was like, my mind started to turn. I was like, man, if he's not awake yet, like, where is he? Like, I got very, very worried. And, I was with my buddy Brooks the next day and we're driving and my buddies were texting my group chat. They were like, hey, listen. And then I got a phone call from my buddy Trace and he was like, hey man, they just found his body. And I was like, I wanted to have hope. But
wait a minute, Trayston? Did he say Trayston? Hold on.
My buddies were texting my group chat. They were like, hey, listen. And then I got a phone call from my buddy Trace and he was like, hey man, they just found his body. And I was like, I wanted to have hope, but it was really, really hard to have hope when they haven't found your buddy in the last 2 days. And
I'm wondering, y'all, something else I'm thinking about now. Is Trayston Trace, those names are so close. And the reason I say that is Trace Carter and Javon were out there when they found his body. Is there really a Trayston? Or is that the same person? And maybe they call him Trace for short. I'm starting to wonder that because on the article, it was Trace Carter out there. So I wonder, are they trying to get people all like confused with this whole Trayston Shepherd thing? Is that a real person? I mean, I know that we've heard a voice because he never showed, didn't want to show his face and all of that. But I don't know because why I didn't see anybody else on that picture out there when they found the body. Yeah, he said Trayston, but I'm wondering if it's the same Trace Carter. Okay. Oh, okay. Thank you, Tim. Trayston was, yes, he was Phenomenal Scorpio. But see, his name is Trace Carter. But the one that did the interview is Trayston Shepherd. And for some reason, I keep thinking that is the same person, but he didn't want to give his real name. Because Trace Carter was the one out there, unless he lied. Now, this is the other thing. Unless he lied out there during the interview with the Sun Herald and gave him a different name. And his real name is Trayston Shepherd. Okay? But somebody Warren knows him. And he said they found his body. Him and Javon were out there the morning they found his body. So he was letting whoever this person was know. And that's how Warren allegedly found out. Okay. An attorney on Don Lemon's show predicted nothing will come of this case due to flawed autopsy and never knowing what happened. He said we need to prepare for that. Hopefully we will get answers. If y'all believe him, there's something wrong. Nolan went on the boat with them and left with them. He's talking about everyone else, but who was on the boat with him. Can't fool me. Well, we're not saying everything he's saying is a lie either. I can tell when people lying to me. You know, some stuff I can't figure it out quite yet. But some stuff, the reason I'm going with certain things he's saying is what have I heard already from others. You see what I'm saying? Like, you got to connect some stuff. Some stuff, yeah, all this other extra info, we don't need all that. But what has been out here that we can connect the dots is what I'm saying. Okay, so I ain't saying he telling the truth about everything, but there are definitely some things that we can connect, some puzzle pieces. Was the two black dudes on the picture? Yes, Q. But do we know that's a real person on that picture, J. Rose? That's what I'm saying. Because the grandfather, okay, remember his post about the Trayston Shepherd? He was like, that's AI. He didn't even know who that was. Okay, the grandfather, Nolan's grandfather didn't even know who that person was. So that's why I kept saying, well, dog, the grandfather, he should know him because if that's the same guy, y'all, I am once, because I know those names were too close. Either Trayston Shepherd, the name itself is a lie, or it's all one person. Okay? Like, he didn't even know who that guy was. I think they're one and the same. Just because somebody calls, they can have one of their friends saying, don't show my face, and get on the phone and call up there and give a picture. They don't know if that's the same person. They ain't verified nothing. They're just trying to get a story. Okay? No, I need to see your face, who I'm talking to. Now, I probably would have believed it more if he got on a video call or something like that and we could see his face. We couldn't see his face. We could see Javon's face. How come we never saw Trace or Trayston's face? We saw Trace Carter's face. But I'm wondering, are they the same person? Just a thought. I'm still stuck on the fact he said Nolan was with some girl he didn't know, but later said it was Katie. Right, exactly. Now, that part he lied. That's what I'm saying. We got to catch him in the lies, but then there's other things we can catch and connect some dots. Yeah, it's very rehearsed and calculated. Yep, I do believe that. Yeah, I do believe that. But that dude was dancing hard, too hard. Okay, come on now.
But there's still a little bit of hope there, like maybe, he's not gone and maybe, he's okay. But my reaction was just, I was with my buddy Brooks and I broke down. I mean, I haven't experienced death a lot, but especially with someone I'm as close with as Nolan. And I mean, I broke down, and I sat there on my buddy Brooks' shoulder and I cried, and I was upset. I made a couple phone calls to my buddies and checked up on my buddies because, you know, I care about my buddies too. I mean, like, we're all experiencing.
Now, okay, Peggy, I'm glad you brought that up. Trace Carter did say, oh, I told him, you know, before the trip or, you know, to that day, or I don't know at what point he told him to be careful and to watch out and to hit him up later, right? Okay, being that Warren said he knows someone that knows, he said Trace them, but in my mind, I'm thinking they're the same person. Did he get wind that these boys were possibly going to get into it or knew some other, because they are connected? It seems like they all each know one of the other ones that know somebody that knows somebody. You see what I'm saying? So what prompted him? I've always wondered what prompted him to tell Nolan that, if that is true. You're not just out the blue going to say, hey, watch out there, be careful, you know. And then here you are the morning of, when they find his body, you one of the first ones out there. But you didn't go on the trip with them? No, I think you were very well on that trip with them. I think it's one and the same person. I feel that for some reason. Yeah, at the funeral, y'all saw him really dancing hard, child. Okay. He was dancing too hard for me, child. You better be crying just as much, okay? And just as hard.
It's just like we all realized at the same time. We all heard the news at the same time, like, you know, he's gone. And so it was really, really hard on me. I mean, I've never experienced something like this, and it was traumatic. I mean, I could tell you where and when I was there, when I got that phone call, you know, where I was. And I just remember, like, it was insane. Like, I can't even put into words how upset I was, you know, and how upset my friends were. So.
And then comes the stories and the backlash and the craziness. I mean, you guys are now hearing that you're responsible for it. You did it. You killed Nolan. So what was the next step? Did you guys ever engage with police or?
Yeah. So the first time I talked to the police was July 7th. I talked to the lead investigator, and I told him my whole story, top to bottom, dotted every I, crossed every T. I told him everything I knew, every little detail. Okay, I mean, everything I could, you know, tell them to try to figure something out, you know.
Well, you don't want to talk to the cops, or
no, of course
some
not.
Other guys?
You know, every person that was included, especially, you know, the guys that you see on social media, everybody cooperated with the police fully. You know, Nolan was with us on the way out, and he rode out on the boats with us. So, I mean, we were the first people to get questioned. I mean, we cooperated with the police the first time they called us, and, you know, we talked to them, you know, as soon as they needed, and we were fully cooperative.
And we see Benjamin Crump coming to town, made it about race.
Right.
What's your feeling about that? Do you think that any of this has anything to do with race, or, because, I mean, obviously something happened to Nolan. It appears that you guys may not have been involved at all. When I say may not, it's no evidence that you were involved at all. Right. You guys had left. Right. But do you think that there's a racial component to any of this?
Of course not. I mean, I think if Nolan ever felt the most little bit uncomfortable around us, which we never gave him a reason to, but if he did, he wouldn't hang out around us. But if you go look on, you know, like, my friends have had Nolan posted all over our social medias, you know, since freshman year in high school. Like, if Nolan ever felt uncomfortable with us, why would he be hanging out with us all the time? I mean, every day we're back from college, we hang out and we're around each other all the time. So absolutely not. I would never look at Nolan any other way than I would any of my other friends. I mean,
he said on our way out,
social media, everybody cooperated with the police fully. You know, Nolan was with us on the way out, and he rode out on the boats with us. So, I mean, we were the first people to get questioned. I mean, we cooperated with the police the first time.
He probably meant right out there to Horn Island. Hey, if not, look, he just had a little slip, okay?
Called us, and, you know, we talked to him, you know, as soon as they needed, and we were fully cooperative.
And we see Benjamin Crump coming to town, made it about race.
Right.
What's your feeling about that? Do you think that any of this has anything to do with race, or, because, I mean, obviously something happened to Nolan. It appears that you guys may not have been involved at all. When I say may not, it's no evidence that you were involved at all. Right. You guys had left. Right. But do you think that there's a racial component to any of this?
Of course not. I mean, I think if Nolan ever felt the most little bit uncomfortable around us, which we never gave him a reason to, but if he did, he wouldn't hang out around us. But if you go look on, like my friends have had Nolan posted all over our social medias, since freshman year in high school. Like, if Nolan ever felt uncomfortable with us, why would he be hanging out with us all the time? I mean, every day we're back from college, we hang out and we're around each other all the time. So
I mean, I've brought that point up too. Like, what was different about this time? Was it someone new around? Did something, like, what went wrong this time? They've hung out there before. They've been friends. Y'all know they've probably been all the racist stuff. So what went wrong? What was something different about this particular weekend? And then I'm hearing y'all say in the chat about Katie, the family, some of them going MIA and stuff. I mean, should our attention be directed towards Katie and the family now? Like, what? I don't know, y'all. And not saying, I'm switching my stance or anything like that. I want justice to be served. I guess that's still a question mark. Like, what went wrong this particular weekend? Being that they have been around each other for so long, and I'm pretty sure they've been drinking, been doing all of that foolishness, and it just started that weekend, right? So what was different, I guess, this particular weekend? Have we ever gotten to that part? The only main thing I could think of was Monday, okay? This new opportunity that Nolan was about to go into, okay? He was about to become a Division I player, go for trials for that, and all of that, new doors opening for him, and they didn't want that for him. Like, I thought about that and so forth. So I don't know, I'm trying to pinpoint what was different. Was Katie different? Was this some girls, some guy's girlfriend, and they, went after him for doing that? Or what was different? Let's see what happened to him. None of these so-called friends know nothing, right? When you have left Wyatt. Come on now. Thank you. Yeah, what are we missing? Thank you, Miss Didi. Like, I'm glad I'm not the only one. I'm just trying to understand it, like, make it make sense. It's no evidence they were not involved either, right? And I'm not, taking them off my list. No, I'm just trying to understand what was different this time. Let's see. Shout out to Shelly. Thank you, sis, for the gems. I appreciate that. Look at Latte. Girl, you still here? She probably like, girl, get off. Look, my kids that came in here 2 times. I'm like, I'm about to get off. Y'all know how sometimes there is one person who is friends with 2 people, but the 2 people are not friends. Maybe there was an altercation. That's possible. Obi, I agree. There were lots of older kids there. I feel like they might contribute. That's possible too. This time it comes down to who's in office and the temperature of the nation. Okay. White people saying they just left him. It's not if they left him out there all by himself on an island with nobody else there. Like, come on, there were still hundreds out there. Yeah, it was a lot of people still out there. I agree. And I think Javon and the boat was still out there too. So that's why I'm still confused on that, because Javon said they left later too. So he could have gotten on that boat that they left on, Katie's boat, so it's like, I don't think it was like no one, because I said that this morning. I was like, well, dang, they're trying to make it like nobody was out there. Like, we already know there's people out there. Okay. So which makes this even more confusing, because child, he could have caught a ride, okay, with anybody else on their boat. Just give me the land and I'll call my mama new, So that's confusing for me. Let's see. This weekend in particular was a build-up. Okay. I believe some jealousy. Okay. If you guys were that cool, why didn't they know of you, buddy? Yeah. I don't care who out there. If my friend came with me and they have been drinking heavily, they going back with me as well, because that would be on my mind. Yes. Okay. I don't have a single friend. My parents didn't know that part. Hey, my girl V is in the building, Cassidy. Carry it. Thank you so much, sis. I appreciate that. And thank you for being a sponsor. I've heard allegedly Nolan was jumped on and guys were saying you think you're better than us. Yeah, that's what that lady was. I was talking about that earlier in the chat. She said on a video they were saying that. See, I don't know who those guys are. See, that's a whole other realm right there. Okay, so that's what I want to know too. Yeah, he didn't ask about that phone. How did it get into Wyatt's truck? No, I was saying that to the interviewer. Oh, okay, got you. Okay, thank you so much.
Absolutely not. I would never look at Nolan any other way than I would any of my other friends. I mean,
This a
he was
good
like a
question.
brother to me.
You guys have been interviewed by law enforcement. All of you guys have given statements. But then I think that there's a part associated with this that's being rumored out in the public, and that is the situation with the cell phone, potential deletion of messages. When did that occur, and what happened there?
Okay, let's get more of that on part 4. Okay, so I can say, I mean, shout out to Officer Tatum. I know we got, our thoughts on him. Aside from that, at least we starting to hear some more stuff and connect some more dots. Okay. I mean, that part I can respect. Okay, because hey, he's the one they chose to talk to. If they have, okay, I did read that. Of course, then people would have said he was kidnapped. Shout out to Grandma of 5. Thank you so much for the MVP and for being a sponsor for today's live. My thought, if that was the case, why didn't he call someone while on land? So he had to be on that boat. If he was on land, he would have called somebody to bring the phone back. Well, they said on the island is, it's the signals. Sometimes it could be some reception and most times not, because of Horn Island doesn't have a lot of reception. Yes, Wyatt had no. The keys in the car were at Jax's house. If they did leave him, could another group of kids have gotten him because he was not the cradling with Katie? Now that part, I don't think I believe that. Okay, all of that part seems embellished. Okay. Yeah, I wouldn't have left him out there. But I mean, okay, let me play devil's advocate. What would be the alternative? Let's just say he telling the truth about that. That Nolan was like, nah, I ain't going. So what he was supposed to do? I'm trying to think about that. Like, he can't force him back on the boat. So I guess that's my wondering, if that's true. And Nolan was like, no, I don't want to go back with y'all. Then what was the alternative? I know we are supposed to travel in groups, and whoever you came with, you're supposed to leave with. But if he's saying he's going to stay behind and get another ride, and what were they supposed to do? Warren said he hadn't heard from him, not adding up. Yep. So I wonder if he texted Javon asking about Nolan's whereabouts before Nolan's mother called his mother. That's what it seemed like. It seemed like, according to him, he had to get Christine's phone number from Javon. He called her. And then remember, she said she looked on like 360, and then she called Tashima. It didn't seem like Javon or Tashima had called Christine, because she would have said, well, Warren called, but Tashima had already told me, her Javon had said that Nolan was missing. She never had come out and said nothing like that. But remember, the other boat was supposedly full. That's why he went on the other boat. So how did they think he would fit on the way back? That's a good one. No, I don't think so, because look at what is opening up. I think he did good with that. Now, as far as he should have experts go over some more stuff and say some of the words and read it and so forth. But for the most part, I think, hey, by them putting it out, it really put the pressure on them to get it right. You see what I'm saying? Like, they know that this other medical examiner has already peeped a lot of the stuff they failed at. Okay, so, and a lot of stuff they're missing. This gonna make it look extra bad on them. They should have went ahead and put their stuff out. Right, our brain hurts. I'm not buying it. His judge stepmom schooled him. He's had 2 weeks for these acting lessons. Okay, nurse. Secure ride with another boat. Javon seemed sketchy to me, like he was just talking too much. Why he was the only one to call to see where Nolan was. This case is rocking my mind. I don't know about pressure. MJ said, I don't know. But I know that sinking call, child, didn't go too well. Now we got a whole Grandpa Jerry in the story. Oh my gosh, this is crazy, y'all. This is crazy. But that was all that I had on today. That's a lot. I told y'all this live wasn't gonna be long. Okay. Did Warren say he called Javon or text him? Now that specific detail, Miss TT, I cannot remember. Does anyone remember that he used the word text or call? Oh, I can keep up. I was trained in soap operas. I grew up on the soap operas and can keep up with multiple storylines. Okay. My mama prepared me for this day. This is so sad though. On the other hand, y'all, that we got to go through all of this. Yes, I was too. What if the argument was about him getting back on the phone and they were using his phone to force him to? Wait, what if the argument was about him getting back on? You mean on the boat? That's possible. He said text. Okay. Right. At 11 p.m. they start to cure. Like, I'm still stuck there. What prompted you? You just out the blue. Hey, where's Nolan? Like, come on now. Come on. Did somebody say something to spark a thought? Like, what made you really say that, Warren? Like, come on. I don't know about that. That's not sitting well with me either. Sounds like they had a big fight and Nolan didn't feel comfortable riding with them, and perhaps he didn't. Angel said ponytail hanging to the side. Okay. Let's see. He's still Pinocchio Warren. Park rangers should have been looking for people left on the park without a ride. I'm sure they did. He wasn't there. He said he called his mom before and they were able to reach Jerry. Wait, he said he called his mom before and they were able to reach Jerry. Who said that? Crump definitely embarrassed us. They read, oh my God, you silly, you still stuck there. I just wish he would just put the poster boards up and just went to the podium and had him some little sticky notes, like notes, for each little section, and just read it from the paper. I think that just made it like extra hard for him because he might need glasses. Because I read like y'all comments like that, like sometimes I have my glasses on. Y'all probably saying, can she read? Yeah, I can read. I can't see right now. Okay. So, hey, get you some glasses, Ben Crump. Don't do that no more. Come prepared. Okay. Read it before you get to class. Don't wait to that day to know how to pronounce stuff and all of that. Okay. But I'm glad, it's all jokes, but I'm glad that he, they're at least doing that and so forth. Nancy Grace got a picture of the body and she don't even live in Mississippi. Yeah. Okay. They passed the information. That's crazy. I thought a doctor was going to read it. I was surprised when he started. Don't come here with that, MJ. Oh my God. You say stop trying to smooth it up. Yeah, it was funny because I'm glad I didn't go live when that was on. I waited this time because I was over here like I was leaning on the chair, the arm of the chair. I was like, oh my gosh. Because I was trying to take notes. After a while, I just said, I'll wait till it come out. What is happening? We're not set up. We've been waiting all this time for 2 weeks. Y'all don't have the board set up. You reading off the board, can't see the words. Get the paper, Ben. Get the paper. It's like, I'll just wait till I can download it myself and read it for myself because this is not working for me. Okay, I can't read the board. You can't read the board. Somebody got to be able to read the board. Okay, because this is too much. Next time, just put that man on a Zoom call or put him on audio speakerphone or something. Okay, don't do us like that no more. We're going to forgive you. Got grace. We'll forgive you this time. Let's see. When this first happened, they said no weather issues and people had to ride with who they came with because all the boats were full. Got you. Okay, so Jacqueline said Don Lemon also have a picture. Oh, they passing it around? Oh boy. You know what, y'all? I think they passing that picture around because that video came out too. Well, we don't know now, Tim, if that's true. I mean, we thinking it was the same day. Y'all silly. That man can read. He can see. Okay. Then after he finished one more. Now, Bird, y'all, don't come in here. Right, OB Ben should have read it the night before, since you know the black race is gonna screw. You know the blacks gonna scrutinize it. Okay. She said, but Trump can talk like a toddler. Girl, I am done. Crumb was fighting for his life. I couldn't even read some of the words when I actually looked at the document. Y'all, I couldn't even read some of the words. So I feel for him. He got pressure. It was like all of these people, millions of people probably watching that press conference, and you up here trying to read that, you know. I don't know if it's gonna drop, Roger. I think only mods can drop links. Like, is it on something like a channel or something? Yeah, Ray, that's what I'm saying. They don't need to be passing a picture around. They're gonna get caught up. I'm telling you, if Christina want to sue, they been a guy with Vanessa Bryant and asked her what does she do, let them keep on. Okay, now unless the family and Ben Crump's team is giving y'all permission to do this, y'all don't need to be passing no pictures. That set us back 40 years. I know he can't, just could not see. Child was Warren and the other boys at the pool party. Allegedly. He couldn't see the words. Yeah. Oh, yeah, we showed. Is that the same one? I think, is that the same video that I showed earlier on IG? Because remember, I showed one too where they were dancing around him. Yeah, I would have let somebody else read it. Let that lady, what's her name? The other lady, let her read. Because it's because he is very country. He's very intelligent, but he is not articulate. That's all. But notice he didn't even care. He's bold. Right. And then he'll say it like he interpreted his interpretation. So basically, you know, they're saying that, hey, he didn't have his neck, you know, like it's like he trying to give us, we need like a professional. Because, sir, what that mean? Because people were lost. That lady at the end, she said, so can you give us what we need to take away from? She was like, what can we take away? Give us a summary. She needed hers in a cliff note form. Okay. Child. V, I was done, girl. I was sitting here when that lady said that, I about fell out because I said, well, I ain't the only one that did not know what to take away from this. And then when he said that his organs, when he first said his organs were missing, you could hear the people that are like gasping. And I was like, what? He's like, well, let me also say that you should have said that in the beginning, because baby, they're about to set the place on fire. Okay, and that's not even Mississippi. Child, they're about to set Chicago on fire on behalf of Mississippi. Talking about that he was missing his organs. And then he said, well, that's typical during an autopsy. They have to, I said, oh, Lord, that has scared me. Girl, Miss Didi, they done came in here. I had left it alone yesterday. Now y'all want to bring it back up. Okay, I'm not saying he's not intelligent, but that medical stuff was not for him. I'm sending everything to Ben Crump. I see. Okay, she said, I don't care who sees it. Right. Send everything. Okay. Hey, London. Detective London is in the building. Y'all, it's all just jokes. What did you say? Let's see. What sickens me with Ben Crump is what he done after the conference. He forgot about Nolan and just started shouting out other old cases, which has nothing to do with Nolan's case. I think he was trying to show like a pattern in that, but I get it why some people felt like that was, he been doing this so long, so many cases, he forgetting the names though. He on this case and that case and this case, he on Daniel, he on Cohen, he's like, what is her name? Y'all remember that episode of The Fresh Prince? He couldn't think of the girl's name. Will Smith was like, what is her name? That's how I felt. He was like, Nolan. Yeah, Nolan's parents. He on a whole new case. He like us. We handling so many cases. Which one is this? I mean, that's sad. You know, they got this man all over, not saying in a bad way, but you know what I'm saying? Like, it's so many cases. So he handling multiple cases right now. 2 in Mississippi, Cohen and with Nolan, you know, and then now Daniel Irving in Texas. So, wow. Hey, Nurse M, welcome. Child, that got me. Okay. If Nolan's pictures are being passed around, Christine gave permission, Cajun guy, and send them to her today. Oh, okay. Okay, so she already got the pictures. Okay. Yeah, it went over his head, but he tried. I gave him a 24. You said I got to get my 7 laughs off that reading. Oh, child, I was so embarrassed for him. It was like that secondhand embarrassment because I could feel the energy. And then, like, the NAACP people, I think they were bothered too, that they weren't prepared, that, you know, that guy said, okay, because we got another event we got to get to. I was like, oh, he ready for them to go. He was done with being with that reading and all of that. The purpose of the release was to allow questions. That's why the doctor should have been present. Right. Yeah, he's working multiple cases. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I saw that, Q. Yeah, they have, because I got to do an update with Carmelo Anthony update, because now they have a date for that hearing to get Judge John Roach recused. I think that's what, August 19th. I said, dang, that's almost a month. We got to wait that long because that's going to be the important one, y'all. I mean, the new trial one, of course, but we got to see who's going to be over it. Is it going to be Judge Roach or is it going to be a different judge? You know what they're going to do? I'm so nervous, but I'm praying. You know, I'm just so nervous. These people got our nerves. It's not going to be fun when the rabbit has the gun, right? I don't know. He's so busy with these other cases. Yeah, we need to lighten it up, child. We've been doing a lot of deep thinking. Like, we got to laugh some through this stuff. I know you get the crew that be coming up in here. What everybody laughing at? Child, you need to laugh. Okay, that's the problem. Thank you, Peggy. Yes, he was ready to go for sure. Right. That's so sad. It's unfortunate, y'all. So much. I don't know if y'all saw that story with the guy. He was beating his father in the head with a baseball bat. And so some girls or ladies across the street recording, and a police officer walked up. He was telling them to put the bat down. I don't know if he was on some drugs or what, but it's like he was like just over and over. And so the officer kept shooting, and it was like he kept doing it. And so the girls was like, is he missing? Like, he didn't know if they didn't know if the officer was missing the guy. I think some of them bullets was hitting him, but he was so much on the adrenaline of it. And then eventually they were able to take him out, you know, but dang, I said, that is so sad to witness something like that. It's just a lot going on. A little humor goes a long way. It does. Thank you so much, MJ. Yes, right. You've been here a while. God is good. Yes, laughter is healthy. If the children matter, all their lives should matter. Don't pick and choose which one's right. I agree. I needed this laugh because my sleep has been disturbed behind all of this. Yeah, I get it. Y'all just make sure you pray before you go to bed, you know, because yeah, it can be a lot. I'm thankful for him being on this case because his presence alone has brought national attention to this case. I agree. I definitely agree. Yeah, it was a bombshell tonight. I didn't know we was going to find out all of this. So thank you, whoever came in and told me about that, because I didn't even know it had been released. Thank you, you know. And then shout out to the sponsors, Erica, the Queen's Den, Shelly Shells, T-Lady Boogie, also Chrissy for gifting 5 memberships. Karen, hey Karen, I didn't even know Karen was in here. Sometimes, y'all, if I'm talking and laughing or we going through some videos, I may miss y'all, so you know it's not intentional. Hey, Karen Michelle, thank you for being a sponsor. Sophisticated Luxury by Liz. Thank you so much. Let's see. Nikki DeTone. I'm hoping I'm saying that right. Nikki DeTone or Nikia, grandma of 5. Let's see. V, cast it or carry it. And Nurse M, thank you so much. I appreciate all the support. And Tim, thank y'all so much. If you would like to support the channel, you're welcome to send a super sticker, super chat, Cash App, or buy a coffee. And those ways are in the chat or the description field of this video. MJ said your channel is professional, but you will, what's Polo? Thank you so much. Part 4, I can't take it. Oh, yeah, Erica, we're going to find out some more in part 4. Shout out to my girl, Miss Dee coming through with the clutch with the super chat. She says, sis, thank you again for all of your diligence. I love you, girl, and I love you too. Thank you so much for all of what y'all do and for y'all support. It really means a lot. Thank you, Eden. I appreciate it. Thank you, Shelly. Shout out to the mods that were in the building on tonight. Thank you, ladies, so much. Hey, Zoe, welcome. How have you been? Hard to find faith-based creators who show God's love and helps others. I pray God will bring justice for Nolan. Yes, and thank you, Peggy. Shout out to V again for the gems. I love you, girl. Y'all make sure y'all check out my girls. Well, both my girls, Shelly Shells. We got, well, a lot of them got channels in here, y'all. Shelly Shells, Cast It or Carry It, which is, what is the actual name, B? Is it Cool Beans? I don't even know. V got her channel name is different from her name in here, child. Okay, so V's channel. Then we got Latte got a channel, the Queen's Den. Okay, and shout out to all of the fellow content creators that came through the building tonight. I appreciate y'all support. Let's see here. Oh, okay. Hello. And best believe, child, we coming for Lulu. Uh-oh, girl, we done got some video footage. So you just was to get ready. Okay, the Tyrone Davis case, baby. Y'all get ready to mount up, baby, because we got to clock some stuff with Miss Lil Lulu with all these lies. Girl, she is wrong for that. Okay, so make sure y'all tap in. Yes, girl. I bet you haven't cutting up. You should. It is what it is. Okay. Shout out to Zoe for the clock it. Okay. I love it. Thank you so much. And thank you for being a sponsor. Yes. Okay. You too, Cake Splash. Thank you for tuning in tonight. So thank y'all so much for joining. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Also, don't forget to hype up the video. Subscribe and hit that bell, because you never know when I'm going to go live. It's still Lulu. Okay, come on now. We ain't forgot. We just circling on back. Y'all have a great evening. Until next time, be blessed. Bye-bye.
You just flip through truth with the open book. If you felt that heat, like share and stay locked in. Another chapter done, but we far from finished. Truth on the mic, yeah, we handle business. Real talk, no fluff, just facts and fire. From the book to the block, we taking it higher. The open book, every voice matters, every lie shatters. Catch you next page.